we going on? Oh dear.
Squeak, squeaking, squeak, squeaking.
Yep.
Hey, Isma.
Look what I can do.
Look what I... Okay. What's the descriptor for Isma? Yung old as time itself, parang ganun.
That sounds right.
Old as time itself.
Scary as all hell. Scary as heck. And oldest time itself.
That sounds right.
Does everyone uses it to describe her? Even the kids, even the people on the street.
Tiny people in the street. That sounds bad.
Oh, Pacha, I saw your cousin come in. You know, ugly as heck. And oldest time itself.
Oh no, Isma.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're good.
Oh yeah, boy.
Wait, actually.
Unbox this.
Yeah. And so my chat, keep that. And then there's just a shitty mirror in the middle of the stream.
Hey. Look what I can do. I was gonna put.
Squidward.
Crank. Yung mga dialogue sa games, yung mga gibberish lang.
Yung Sims,
The Sims.
diba?
Ooh,
The
Sims. Yung sa ano, sa Okami.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tapos may lower pa.
Parang Phoenix Wright din, diba?
Oo.
Ganun. Pero sound effects, not voices.
Gusto ko yung sa Fable. Yung naglalakad ka, tapos pag yung rank mo chicken chaser pa lang, yung mga women na villagers, parang, chicken chaser? You chase chickens? Tapos pag nandun ka lang sa tabi nila, you just gonna stand there like a lemon.
Is that where that's from?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
That's
is that
so
where
good.
that line's from?
You're just gonna stand there like a lemon.
Is that where Klemps got that fucking line? He says that
Oh,
a
does he
lot.
do that?
Baka
Yeah, that is
baka
where
it's an
that's
old
from.
British saying
Oh, maybe,
naman.
because he calls everyone a Melvin. Oh, you Melvin.
Melvin.
Ah, man,
He makes masturbation sounds. Fuck.
sometimes I get weirded out by Clemps. And he
Yeah.
does this.
Oh, he
he's
knows.
gay.
He knows.
So weird.
He super
It's
knows.
not because he's gay. He's just really weird. I feel like.
It's a weird gay.
Apparently, like, he watched his old videos and like, why? Why did I ever think that was funny? And then he does it anyway in his new
He
one.
does it
but he tones
anyway.
it down.
Yeah.
Parang it gets less and less the more, like, the newer his videos come out.
Mm-hmm.
But he has to include, like, fucking masturbation jokes with him. That's why, like, oh, will
the
your
latex
grandma ever
gloves
watch
are off.
your YouTube channel? And like, I don't think I'd want to. It's like, oh no, he's playing with the lotion bottle again.
The latex gloves are out.
Something like that. Oh, we're live.
He's just gonna stand there like a lemon.
Yeah, you want to share the thingamabobs?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I know having phones are cool, pero I'm just worried about the.
Oh, meron ba? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it happens, but
I'll turn off the Wi-Fi after I share it.
it's not the
So-
Wi-Fi
Yeah,
that causes
it's
that.
not.
It's the actual
The
phone.
text messaging.
Sige,
But
I'll look at my
people
notes here.
People don't text anymore.
I heard kanina sa test eh.
Oh, dang, really? Shoot. Sige.
It's not super bad. It's just
Irritating.
I don't want to listen to the stream because of the echo delay.
Wait, where is it? Is it on the GTB?
It's on the Twitch GTV Good Trades Brigade on Twitch. Chad, share mo kasi nandito ko eh.
Who'll do it for the site? The Facebook group.
Share mo sa page mo.
group?
Kasi nandito ka eh.
I'm gonna do the Twitter.
I mean, not the Facebook group.
I'm on a podcast, guys.
Am I on TV? Am I on TV?
I'm on TV. Nasa TV ba ako? Television.
Television. It's busy. It's busy
As
packing.
you can see behind me,
It's busy.
it's busy.
Fine. let me
It's
just
busy
take-
today.
Let's just take
Busy
that
tomorrow.
It's busy yesterday. So it's
So we
busy
can link.
tomorrow. And we're the best. Ganun.
Best cocksucker in the world.
Yun yung second eh.
picture. This is good. Come in,
Am I in it?
Miggy. Nope. There. Not a pretty attractive picture. 1, 2, 3. Tapa. Aye.
I mean, Justin thought it was cool. So I feel cool now. Ugh. Ugh. Look at these mooks on their phones.
Wait,
We share it. We do
I
the
know.
work. We're doing the
I
work.
know, but
baby.
you're all
in front of your
quiet.
computer.
I was looking at you.
Start
Because
sharing.
I don't want to touch anything
Wait,
anymore.
we're sharing. Wait lang.
I keep
Nothing's happening.
picking that phone screen to search for a scanner for some reason. With the green of the page.
Mm.
Yung cover photo natin with the blue borders. And like, search for a scanner.
No.
You gotta pop it before it transforms.
Good Trades Brigade yung...
Twitch, yeah. It's up there on the screen. Big screens.
Oh, I don't have a...
Oh yeah, you're blind. Dang.
Photo. And then...
Samsung.
Alright,
Samsung.
tweets up.
Yosh, ikuze.
I'm gonna send this...
Mega Doriru. Hasha.
What does it mean?
Mega Drill. Launch.
Yeah, Mega Drill.
Akala ko kasi yung shoulder patch mo Mega Drill na kasulat. Pero Mega Drive. Oh, what's the Seganer doing here? We only say the N-word here.
Oh no, cause Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Nubal?
No,
There's that too. Running it back.
Never again. That's the new N-word.
never again.
Oh, no. Never say the
Well,
N-word. We're
Guys,
recording.
don't listen. That's what happens.
Oh, I'm still so shocked. I'm still so shocked. It's been a week and I still haven't fully processed that word pertains to that gender.
2019.
God, I didn't know.
Can
I
mean
didn't
anything you
know.
want it to mean.
Wait, let me finish this up.
I hope this sounds fine. I don't know.
It might.
Mic test.
How about this, Raffy? In
Like
the future,
when it's all
recording,
peeking and bloody, it doesn't actually sound too bad.
Okay.
But you know, if I don't want to tune it too high to make it reach distortion levels.
Oh. You're gonna clean this up naman, so...
Yeah, pero
You got
minsan
this.
narinig pa rin yung fan.
It's fine.
But it's also too hot not to have the fan.
Yeah.
Ugh. New card smell.
Asang token ka?
I want to open another pack.
Summon.
Do it.
No, I can't. It's different. Iba yung plastic eh.
Do you have any booster pack plastic left here?
No, I've torn them all up now. Like the ones you get from
Why?
stores. When they put the singles you get in.
Mm.
I also rip those open to emulate the feeling. And like, it's not the same. Iba kasi pag heat sealed eh, yung yung booster packs. That's why you can tell when people reseal like
Slurf.
packs with shitty rares.
Good trades.
Kasi pag naka glue, halata.
Brigade.
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 We need to get a 4th pop filter na talaga. Para meron na dito.
Oh, kunin ko lang yung drink.
Podcast. Ay, pages is about up. Wait. Yun na lang, yung,
Oh, Jesus.
yung opening stuff na yun kanina, yun na lang yung opening. Let's
Just choose. There's
let's
30
do
minutes
the,
of it.
Yeah.
It's up
What-
to you,
what?
Raph.
What do you mean?
Then let's do the silence and then straight into
All right.
welcome to Good Trades.
Alright, silence.
Sige.
3, 2, 1, go. Samsung.
You try, Chad.
Samsung.
Welcome everyone to Good Trades Brigade, the show where we punch each other with stories and everyone takes damage. I am your host with the most, Raffy with the muscle, hustle, all the bustle, and stuff that rhymes with hustle, tussle,
Muscle.
Russell Peters. I don't even know who
I
that guy
thought you were
is.
gonna go Russell Crowe.
Yeah, me
Crow.
too.
Wow, dang. That would have been a good one. Too bad. Next time, baby. Joining me today, Cybertronian Dream, Migoy.
What's up? What's cracking, my home?
Also to my left, which you can see on the stream if you're watching, the young supple, environmental friendly.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Can't plan it.
Miguel Samson.
What's up, boys and girls, children of all ages?
Good one, good.
2019.
And also, we don't have Emile today, but joining us in his place. What was my affectation for chat? Wait.
I don't know.
The newest Planeswalker in the room. Chad Ramos.
The spark has been ignited.
Yes. All right. So what's up, boys? We're all a little groggy from the freaking pre-release.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
just release.
Yeah,
Just
the post-release.
Just release tournament that we did,
Release.
which kept us up till what, 4 a.m. this morning?
5? I think 5.
6.
Yeah.
I slept at like 2 p.m. after.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Alright.
But good times though, right?
That was super
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. How was yours? Do we talk about this after the
Let's
episode? Right?
leave it as the meat.
The big
of
meat
the
after.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the potatoes first.
All right. Let's do the potato. Who wants to do the potatoes first?
Potatoes.
One of the Migoys do it. One of the Migoys do it.
I am the only Migoy.
Yeah.
My clones got out and did that
Do it,
fucking
Migoy.
Attack on Titan video.
There we go.
Do it, Miggy.
All right, so I
Yeah.
watched a lot of shows this time.
Mm.
Like I burned through the second season of She-Ra on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
It's already
She-Ra
out.
and the Princesses of Power. Yeah, it's
Cool.
like 7 episodes. It's really short.
Really?
Super short this time.
Wow. Okay.
And
How was the first season? Like, how long was it?
10, 12,
Oh,
something like that. It's a little bit more.
Mhm,
And like these are 30-minute episodes. They fly by real fast. I finished it in a night.
Is it good?
It's good. I mean, if you enjoy the first one, it's
Mm-hmm.
more of that, but with more Princesses of Power.
Sick.
It's like
Oh.
the first one was recruiting them,
Now they doubled it.
and now it's like fights, and then some internal squabble between the bad guy side and the good guy side. Because there's like some clashing ideals and stuff, and some more lore reveals on certain characters. So there's like a bigger plot developing, and then it ends, and like I need more. I need more She-Ra. It's good.
How does it get dark at all?
A little bit. But
Okay.
it also gets like yung cartoon whimsical, like cartoon innocence. There's this one episode where a castle was captured by the enemy forces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's being defended by the scorpion lady who looks like Zarya, because she's the trusted friend of she's the trusted lieutenant of like the key bad guy leader,
Yeah.
best friend of She-Ra.
Yeah.
Because the story was She-Ra defects from the bad guy side, and then ends up fighting with the princesses instead of against them. Ganyan. So like her friend there became the leader of the troops, and then they're fighting. So She-Ra and friends are making a plan via this board
Right.
to storm the castle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's done via
I've seen
tiny
Game of Thrones.
figures.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, very much like so. What's the plan? Leroy Jenkins.
Oh yeah, just you know the Dothraki? Well, they did now.
All of them.
That's the plan.
All of them.
Yeah, sorry.
So it starts off like looking like they're actually attacking the castle,
Mm-hmm.
and then some stupid things happen, and then it cuts to them like, oh, and then this big thing comes and swoops over the action figure. Whoosh.
And here comes the giant fist.
Yeah, pretty much like that. So it's like they're playing with toys in a field, and she was like, "No, we have to take this seriously, guys." Then another character starts doing the same thing.
Oh, no.
But what was cool about that interaction was, for each person telling their idea of how to storm the castle, the art style changes.
Oh, cool.
So like for
Ah.
the princess who can teleport, her vision was all noir, grungy, like
yeah.
black and heavy shades of red and pink.
It's sick. Yeah.
And then like the villain comes off with a long cloth and has an accent, and then cut to, is that how you see the bad guy? Is that really how you see them? And then like, no, shut up, this is my plan. And then they continue doing stupid things.
I love that.
And then like the one male of the group, what was nice about his perception was all the characters show up in their old costumes from the old cartoon, and they're like, this looks stupid.
What?
Yeah, because Shepard, the new designs are different.
Yeah.
So She-Ra has the big crown with the white skirt, and like, why am I wearing this? And then like, no, shut up, it's great.
Is it?
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Like even the villains show up in old costumes, and like, that's nice.
Who is the She-Ra villain? Is it not
it's
also
one of,
Skeletor?
No. It's one of the He-Man villains, pa rin.
Okay.
one of-
Hordak ba yun?
Hordak.
Hordak?
Yeah, Hordak.
Hordak.
Oh.
He's a jobber in He-Man, but he's the villain.
Isn't he the Starscream of He-Man?
No,
He's not?
He's not.
He's more or lesser than that.
No, Starscream
less.
is Skeletor. Literally, it's the
Okay.
same guy.
Then who's Megatron?
Skeletor.
Also make. Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
think of Skeletor as Cobra Commander, and then Destro is like Hordak.
There you go.
Other leader, pero
Yeah.
not nearly as cool.
Yeah.
So parang ganun.
Does he also go behind like Skeletor's back and like?
No, Skeletor is not mentioned here.
Okay.
We have there's mentions of previous shears in the past because it's a title that's passed.
Yeah.
Along with the sword.
Dope.
Yeah. So like there was a previous shear who fucked up everything, and then they're trying to basically there was lost technology, which is like in Thor, technology and magic are the same. So in the current situation, technology is only with the bad guys,
Okay.
and magic is only with the good guys. But they're slowly finding out that the old ones, which what they call, is actually like magic via technology.
Cool.
So they're the same
Yeah,
thing.
just like
so like She-Ra's
Asgardian.
power is that, yeah.
Gotcha.
So that was a really fun episode out of like all the 7, and it's the main 3 cast who's doing the planning. Then the other princesses show up and like, why are you guys playing with dolls? I'm like, no, we're planning the attack. Oh, that sounds fun. Can we join? And they all start telling their own version. So there's like a princess of water, a princess of like plant life, and a princess of ice. And all their versions are like, I'll make a giant tree golem that will punch all the things.
Oh,
and
man.
like, you can't. Can you do that? That doesn't sound realistic. And the water princess is like, I will become Sira, the princess of the sea. And like, you can't transform. Like, no, shut up. And then the ice princess is like, I'll make ice armor and break everything. And like, guys, none
sounds
of that's
plausible.
realistic. We need to be like the girl who plays Shira. She gets all serious because she's seen the ruthlessness of the opposite team, the bad
Right,
guys.
Because she's
She
been
used
there
to
before.
play
Yeah.
for- the
yeah.
bad
So
guys.
she breaks down and says that what do you imagine will happen? The worst, like because the bad guy knows how I think. She'll predict everything I do. When
Right.
this will happen to you. This will happen to you. I'll get captured. They'll torture you in front of me. Then I'll break and all that. And like, so they console her now. No, we can work as a team. And what ends up happening is they actually do all their power-ups from the stories, but like
Cool.
a cheaper, weaker version, but they're still
Yeah.
winning.
Oh,
Cool.
wow. All right.
Cool.
So that was pretty cute. Yeah, that was a nice episode. And one of the bad guy characters who gets locked up because she loses her magic gets like 2 episodes of her backstory way before Hordak's invasion comes in. And then it's revealed that she has a plan in motion, and then she disappears from the prison camp. And that's where the season ends.
Oh,
shit.
man.
So there's a big cliffhanger, and that's why I really want to see more.
Man.
Yeah.
I would really wish that after this, they would still... Like, of course, we're going to see season 3 for this one.
Yeah, but I don't know
Yeah, for
when.
Yeah, but
Took a while for
it
that
doesn't
second season to
matter
come out.
when. I just want this to air in the Philippines as opposed to what
And?
happened in... No, I would just want it to air
Yeah, yeah.
On
in the
TV?
Philippines.
Oh,
in
unlike
Netflix Philippines.
Voltron.
Unlike Voltron.
Voltron, yeah, we've never
Because we're
gotten
stuck
season
in
3
season
onward.
3. In season 2, yeah.
No.
And they're at like season 6 already.
Yeah.
Damn.
We've missed a
sad.
lot.
Even
Like-
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like Emile from Nubs and Cubes is already
We
telling
watched
me
everything.
stuff that is way past season 2, and there's a lot of character like development
Yeah.
that happened from season 3 to season
And like in
5.
that final season, there was a big reveal that one of the characters is gay.
Yeah.
And like that's big for like television for children
Yeah.
for the most part, right? And like there's a story impact to it too. That's parang like that's like 4 seasons away, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead or something like that.
No, it turns out he was just.
He's still, he was
Jeez.
You skip the part where he's alive and like no he's gay. Like okay, I guess that makes it better. So yeah,
Yeah.
like and a lot happens. I've watched season 3 and 4 of Voltron, and like a lot happens there. And then like I tried to catch up via other means,
Yeah.
and like I skipped the season by mistake, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening? And like it's really extreme because it takes off from the last season, and like I think I missed a lot. Hold up.
Oh jeez. Yeah.
So yeah, all right. The next show I fucking saw was Baki, the Grappler.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
season 2.
Also
Oh,
went up on Netflix,
Oh,
and I also burned through that in like one night.
Nice.
How many episodes were there for season 2?
13.
So this roughly the same.
Same.
But it's still a cliffhanger and
Oh, because
on
it's still
season
going. Like
Yeah.
it's basically just the manga story. I thought it was like some kind of spiritual like short reboot or successor because it's a proper sequel
2. Yeah, it continues through
to the old show.
the old show, yeah.
and no, it keeps going. Like they finished the prisoner arc halfway through the second season. Oh no, like near most of the second season of that, but they finished that, and then it ends with like a Chinese tournament to become
What?
the world's best. Yeah,
Wait a minute.
it's a tournament that's held once every 100 years.
So
Yeah.
we're so the arc on the 5 notorious.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done
They
now.
finished that. They finished the criminal arc.
Interesting.
And it keeps going, and like
Whoa.
fucking Muhammad Ali is an actual guy.
Is it the show?
Yeah.
Is it
His-
really?
his-
He's a character in the
No,
show.
he's
Oh,
named
shit.
Muhammad Ali,
Okay,
but
sure.
it's just Muhammad
Yeah, it's just
Ali,
Muhammad Ali.
straight up. And like, I know apparently yung story niya dun was like, because Baki's dad shows up, and like he
Yeah.
meets Ali in his prime.
Oh,
when he was
dude.
touring in Japan, and parang you're the only man who's brought me fear, and parang like I
Really?
heard you're the world
Cool.
champ. I want to test your abilities.
But,
It's parang, like
okay,
Ali tries to box him, right?
right.
And like he nicks the cheek of the dad of Baki,
Yeah.
which like no one else can do. And like you're holding back. It's because you're limiting yourself to boxing, and like so you know. There you go, so you know, like I've been trying to develop my own martial art that counters every other martial art in any scenario.
Okay.
And it's apparently what led him to do the weaving that he does,
Okay.
where he has no guard.
Yeah.
Where he basically
Rope-a-dope.
dances. Yeah.
Rope-a-dope.
'Cause
Rope-a-dope.
Up until then, nobody does that. Nobody ever drops their guard,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But
Yo,
like
that's
adapt
cool.
footwork into because like I'm imagining that to avoid grapples too,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So parang,
That is so dope.
but because he had to drop off from fighting for like 3 years in his career, that's when he wasn't able to perfect his fighting style. But now his son is the one who's perfected it, and he's gonna participate in that Chinese tournament. Yeah,
That's
then like when they show him like a world champ of MMA, like wants to meet this guy who's supposedly a nobody in the pro scene, but like the MMA fighter's like, oh, it's such an honor to meet you, sir, and we'll spar.
Ooh.
And fucking the guy, Ali's kid, does like yung step back that a boxer does.
Yeah.
It does a big counter punch,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like the manager's like, oh, you're a boxer, and like, no, this isn't boxing.
Why is it so hype?
It's so stupid.
Well,
Didn't this show come out like
that's
way-
no, it's
an
pretty
ongoing
ago.
thing.
the old Baki, the
ongoing?
Grappler is old. This is a
This is
new
a new
show
one.
that aired starting last year.
Yeah, last year.
It's a new
But
show.
we're behind basically like 2 seasons or something.
Yeah. Something
Why
like
is
that.
Ali still there? Is it period piece
No, they show him as in like in present time,
in present time?
and he's all like drooly and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's still fucking like
No.
even
A guy comes to interview Ali or Ali, Muhammad Ali, and he's all drooly and like, oh. But the moment he mentions the name of Baki's dad, the color in his eyes come back and like, that man. Then it goes into a flashback. It's so
Why?
It's so silly. Dude. If you want a stupid show with like hyper violence
Yeah.
to like an absurd degree,
Martial arts.
it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
there are moments when the show looks like absolute garbage,
yeah.
but whenever they throw a punch,
Yeah.
it looks so satisfying.
Yeah.
It's like a big streak of blue,
Yeah.
then like particles flying around, and just a big sound effect and a still motion frame. And, like, this is so cheap to produce, but it looks so good.
Yeah.
Do other like real world athletes show up? Like,
So far, wala. It's
dude,
it's
my
just
my hope for this show
What?
is like Shaquille O'Neal turns up,
be
and
a
he's
basketball
been
god.
he's been developing like a
Shaq
martial
Fu.
art. Yeah,
sports martial art.
yeah, dude.
Shaq.
You're limiting yourself to basketball.
I'm not making a face. I'm not making a face.
He can't even do free throws.
I miss free throws on purpose
That was your training.
to make it fair for the rest of them.
God. Is that the reason why
Or
he
like-
misses free throws?
Or like
he's
they-
actually practicing one technique to actually
In a pro scene, he's
Develop
practicing
his
like,
Karate
oh,
Kid. yeah.
to develop
if
his
I don't hold
joints.
back, it'd be
Yeah,
too easy.
Do this, like, or like it's always like the ref always hands him a special ball when he free throws, and then when
It's
when
extremely heavy.
It's extremely heavy. It's like when people look, oh,
It's
why is
just a
it so
regular
heavy?
It's one of those.
Or maybe
It's part of the training.
Or maybe
Yeah.
his free throw form is actually a martial art form.
Yeah, yeah,
and he's
yeah.
trying to perfect
This is the new
the
crane.
form.
This is the crane.
Like
right
when
here.
he throws free throws, right? It's like
Yeah.
Malay mo, yung
Shooting
pala-
stanzo.
Yeah, it's actually a kung fu stance. Holy shit.
It could be.
Shaq Fu.
Dude,
Oh,
this should happen.
Also in Baki the Grappler season 2.
Mm.
Have you caught that upload on Facebook of that intense sex scene?
Yeah, that's
What?
weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw this like last year
So there's a
How?
scene where Baki and his girlfriend were
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
have sex, but
for the
Baki,
first time
As
Oh,
they
no.
do, as they do.
since Baki just knows how to fight.
in his mind.
Yeah, in his
it's
mind.
just like fighting.
Yeah,
But instead of applying damage, you're applying
love.
pleasure.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be so loud, but fuck.
Dude, it's like, and then they keep banging for 3 days straight.
Oh wow. Someone
It
will
shows
die.
the sky. And then, like, the description
my
was, they kept mating and mating. And, like, fucking the sky becomes night and day, night and day. Then, like, finally, after a long time, they exit the shack. Then the bad guy shows up and, like, oh, how courteous of you not to attack us during that entire time. You had all the time in the world. And, like, oh, it just felt right to come now. To fight you now.
That's what she said.
Pun intended.
Is everything in Baki the Grappler a martial
Yeah.
art?
Yes, it's
everything
extremely
about fighting.
stupid, dude. Just fucking,
This is awesome.
it's really dumb.
Yeah, watch it. It's really entertaining.
I'll put it on the list.
Like
Like needs a game.
yeah, like the mangaka of Baki the Grappler is very dedicated to martial arts. Like to the point that he is actually practicing martial arts
That's
and trying
good.
to do research by actually
Yeah.
practicing the thing.
It's like how the Ipo writer is actually a boxer.
Yeah.
Then his friend is actually a boxing coach.
Yeah.
Ah.
So they take it to an extreme because it's anime and manga.
Mm.
But like there's some real thought to it.
Yeah.
I
Like, there's
feel like
real
there is
concepts to
real
it.
thought to it, yeah.
Diba? It's just
And-
like a hyper stylized version of it.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to Baki's mangaka or Baki's author, like he's trying to research and learn how the body is shown when it comes to poses. That's why he
Like
kind
JoJo,
of draws
yes.
it very extreme,
Mm.
and he's showing a lot of muscle
Oh,
proportions.
dude, everyone is jacked in these
details.
shows.
Okay.
So that's his thing. That's his signature
Like
art
anatomically correct muscles and junk.
style.
No,
Actually, anatomically
extreme.
incorrect.
Anatomically incorrect
Yeah.
muscles.
Comic book-
just to show
comic book
the
muscles.
like
So
just-
Layfield mangaka, whatever.
in a
But
way,
better,
but just-
sharper.
yeah.
A sharper
Better-
Layfield.
It has purpose
Okay,
because
okay.
it like he wants to show the flow and the like the form of the attack or the punch or the kick.
Okay.
Yeah, like
All the
posing
power
scheme.
that goes into it
Yeah.
when you show like see guy's got 6 triceps
Yeah, like
or whatever.
if he's going to draw a punch, you'll not only just see his arm. It's like there's some proportion, like disproportion twist in it.
Oh Jesus.
As
to
if
kind
it's
of-
in motion.
Yeah,
right?
as if it's in motion.
Okay, okay.
So it's that kind of deformity that you're gonna look.
It's
that you're
like
gonna
ramps
JoJo,
it
but
up.
in the terms that it's the opposite.
Mm.
Because the reason why JoJo poses are weird
Because he doesn't know how to.
because he doesn't know how to draw.
Yeah, to draw.
It just gets away with it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that became the signature.
Yeah, it
as
is.
well,
It
right?
is.
He can't fucking draw.
Yeah, and I remember when I joined like a art workshop with like Real Spartasio. That's one of the things that he thought was, one of the things that will contribute to having your signature style is in mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
It's not copying and emulating other work and then emulating their style. It's actually in how you interpret the world. And sometimes there are mistakes that go into it. Those form your
Yeah.
signature.
You will form the mistake into something else.
Yes.
Happy
You'll
little
refine it.
accidents.
Yeah.
Happy
Exactly.
little accident.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Bob Ross.
All right. So the third show I started watching, I didn't finish.
Man, you went to a
I
lot of
didn't
shows,
like.
huh?
Yeah,
Lot of
those
homework.
two straight up finished them.
Mm.
This one, it's just like it just started, but I caught up 5 episodes. Like I got
Okay.
One Punch Man season 2.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Yo,
How is it? Like-
people are actually
gotta
complaining
watch.
at how
yeah, they're kind of
it's
bashing.
not as pretty as the first one,
Because it has
which
a
it's
different-
not. It's a different studio.
yeah, different studio.
It's clearly not as good as the first one,
Mm-hmm.
but granted, the first one is amazing.
yeah.
So like, if it's like the top step,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like 2 steps below.
Okay,
It's not like a big.
so,
it's
so it's not really a
still
big
good.
dip.
I mean, fuck, my standards are Dragon Ball Super, and that thing is garbage.
yeah.
Even at its best, it's not amazing.
So,
right?
so it's not really a huge dip in quality.
It's noticeable now if you compare it, but if
Uh-huh.
if you forgot how good the first season looked,
Mhm.
it looks fine.
All right, that's not bad.
It also
I guess.
like there's some stylistic changes, but like the characters look the same.
yeah.
You know, the
One Punch
humor's
Man
there.
still looks One
And-
Punch Man.
My problem with the first season was because One Punch Man is a joke.
Yeah.
Like it started off as a joke webcomic of like one guy is absurdly strong and no one else is as strong as him.
Yeah.
So it became more that everyone else is way more interesting than One Punch Man. Diba?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that how
yeah.
it goes?
That's the
Like
thing.
he's absurdly strong.
Yeah.
Like he can probably kill Superman legit in
What?
one punch.
Yeah, in one
Yeah.
punch.
Oh, is that the
Literally
real?
one-
is that the
one-
real battle? Like instead of Goku Superman, is it
He
One
could
Punch
probably
Man?
beat
and-
Goku. So-
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with one punch.
He fights a
Crap,
space god, and
Yeah, yeah.
to beat him, he just punched him 100 normal times. Like his special move was consecutive normal punches, and then for each punch, it kills the guy. Then he heals, and he kills him again.
What in
So
the
he
fuck is
he
going
killed
on?
him too many times that his body couldn't regenerate.
Yeah.
So I know, right?
Yeah.
The second season, like it does the same thing but better, because like One Punch Man knows he's already stronger than most everyone, and he can gauge naman the power level again, right? And so what's happening is it's not the point where everyone's in trouble until he shows up. He's now doing his own thing.
Okay.
So like the gimmick of the second season is there's a guy who roots for the villains. So what he did was he trained with one of the top heroes to learn a martial art and is now hunting other heroes.
Whoa.
So like he's the I want to become a monster too, you know, gimmick niya.
Interesting.
Like he's gonna hunt heroes. He doesn't kill them because I don't know.
Okay.
Kids show I guess.
Anime, yeah.
Anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's beating a lot of S tier heroes.
Yeah.
Which is funny because unlike My Hero Academia, where hero tiers are really important,
Yes.
and like to become a hero, there's already a big like daunting exam you have to pass and all that.
Right.
So One Punch Man, it's basically you have a superpower. How strong is your superpower? It's really strong. S. There's a guy.
So arbitrary.
Dude, there's a guy called Tank Top Master.
What the fuck?
There's an A rank hero called I think Tank Top Fighter or
Is this
something.
the guy who looks
Okay.
like Guile?
Kinda. Like, there's this dude who shows up with, like, a beanie, a red sando. He's extremely buff. He's an A-rank hero, right? So, he's big, strong. The hero hunter, Garo, because he
Yeah.
has a wolf style, he beats him up real fast. And, like, the next day, he shows up with a bunch more dudes wearing tank tops and are all ripped. And, like,
Okay.
a bigger guy with, like, super American blonde, blue tank top that guy shows up. You gave my subordinate some trouble. And like his name shows up, Tank Top Master, rank S.
Oh no.
And like he's extremely strong.
Yeah.
The thing is, he doesn't know how to properly fight.
Okay.
So since Garo is a martial artist, like I can predict all your moves. They're really easy. So he gets like the Tank Top Master gets beaten up. So that's where it's shown. As long as your power is strong, regardless if you can fight or not, you can get ranked like really high.
Gotcha.
And like the reason why One Punch Man is not ranked, he's only like rank B because nobody knows how strong he is. And like he doesn't
What?
report most of his fights because he's
Yeah.
lazy.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
he's a hero for fun. He doesn't
great.
care.
This is
Like
great.
he super doesn't care, and it's accentuated here, and it's great actually. But like
Yeah.
they show the top ranking hero of all time. His name is just King, and
Yeah.
like he's introduced as a statue.
Yeah.
He's just shouting, and the sound of like yung Jojo na do 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 around him. Then he's just yelling and like, oh, if you're popular, you get action figures too, huh?
Cool.
I would like to get an action figure one day. And then One Punch Man has a S rank hero friend named Genos, right? The cyborg.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, Master, I can call someone to make an action figure for you. I'm like, no, it's fine. I want it to come naturally. Don't worry about it. So like they actually end up meeting King in like the first or second episode.
Oh shit.
And like a big giant monster faces him. So you're a king, huh? The strongest hero in the world. And like King is he has a claw mark on his eye. He has
Dope.
long blonde hair. He's tall but skinny, but his voice is deep.
Yeah.
So parang, are you sure you want to challenge me? Is that the smartest idea? Then you hear the sound, tuk, 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 and
yeah.
the crowd goes like, "Oh my God, it's the King engine! Oh, he's gonna do something real cool!" And like, King just came from a grocery mall, and like, let me put these away, and I'll go to the bathroom. Then you can fight. I can fight you at full power. Like, sure, go take your bathroom break. Then it shows King in the bathroom, like, fuck, I can't fight this guy. I'm a fraud.
No.
And apparently, the reason why he became the S rank hero
Yeah.
is because of One Punch Man's skills. And he just happened to be there every single time. And the King engine is his massive heartbeat of him panicking internally. It's
Yeah, that's
fucking
cool.
great.
That's really cool.
So One Punch Man is like, I wonder what it's like to fight the strongest hero.
Oh
So
man.
he goes to King's apartment. Oh, so because what King actually bought was like a dating sim game because it's the newest release. And like, oh, you like video games, huh? Like, yeah, I do. Then they start playing Street Fighter. You're really good at fighting games, huh? And then One Punch Man like figures out he's a fraud, but he doesn't care.
Aw.
So they end up just playing games together.
Oh, that's cute. That's really cool.
When One Punch Man starts losing, he gets serious mode and breaks the controller.
No.
Oh, oops! I broke your controller. So yeah, that's funny.
That's
but
cool.
like
I like that.
King getting wrapped up in these scenarios,
Yeah.
and like it being introduced really early is kind of hilarious.
I love that. He's got
So
groceries.
the thing that happened now in episode 5, which is the current drama of the season, is Garo is still like hunting heroes, right? One of the students of his master, his name is Charanko, is like this ginger boy with spiky hair.
Okay.
He gets beaten up because he saw the tank tops getting beaten and like, I should run away, but that's not what heroes do. So he tries to fight, gets his ass kicked. And no, syempre like One Punch Man visits them in the hospital, and then he gets the lowdown on what's happening. So he befriends Charanko, and like he told him why Garo beat Tank Top Master, and like, oh, because he's a martial artist. And One Punch Man doesn't know how to do martial arts. He just physically got strong, right?
Does he not? Okay.
Yeah, his gimmick was 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups,
Right.
100-meter sprint every single day.
Every single day.
And that's it. He's just physically strong.
Right.
So like, I wonder what it's like to fight a proper martial artist. And Charanko was in the city to join a martial arts tournament.
All right.
So he gave the ticket to One Punch Man, and as a way to just not enter, but to go and spectate. Because you can do either or.
Okay.
Like, if you're not fit to participate, you can spectate.
Just
So
watch.
I
fuck,
don't know what's going
fucking
on here.
Saitama goes to some malls in the street, buys a wig, a red spiky wig,
Yes.
with the intention to join the tournament. And who does he run into as he's gonna buy the thing? He runs into Garo.
Uh-oh.
Like, they bump shoulders,
Uh-oh.
right? And Garo's like, "Hey, asshole! Like, what are you doing?" And like, "Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to buy something." So Garo tries to upsell him by blocking him. Fucking Saitama chops him in the shoulder, instantly knocks him out. And then as his vision is fading, you see One Punch Man buying the wig. And then he wakes up in the next day. I have no idea what happened to me last night.
Oh,
And then
jeez.
it's him with a shitty karate outfit with a fake ass wig trying to join the tournament. And then the drama is since Garo specifically joined the tournament with a fake name and destroyed the competitors,
Yeah.
doing so again will cause you to lose your hero license and get banned from any other event. So yun yung pinagpapawisan ni Saitama.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it's fun and interesting too, in that sense. And
That's
like,
cool.
yeah, it's a good watch. I'm enjoying it a lot more than the first season. Even though, like, you should probably also watch the first season just because it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Animation's top notch.
Super top. Like, it's
Man.
impossible how that got made.
There's so much I want to watch.
No,
So much
these are
anime I wanna
turn brain off, easy, fun.
Okay.
And Baki's adds stupid to that. That's Baki. Because that's so out of top. All right,
Yeah.
that's my week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
Whoever's the next
good
one.
week. Good week. All right. How about you, Samson? Then me. Then
All right. Yeah.
guest goes last.
Not that much has happened this week, but I did get to play a new game.
Ooh.
So this week was the Japanese Golden Week,
Yeah.
and there was
Stuff was on sale.
a lot of stuff were on
Anime,
sale.
fighting,
fighting
games,
games,
on sale.
yeah.
Video games, mostly what's in
Japanese
our
games.
interest.
in
Yeah.
general.
So I noticed that the Nonary games were on discount, and not just the Nonary, the Nonary
trilogy.
games, the trilogy. So it was at around $10
For all three?
for all three games.
Oh,
So-
that's a good deal.
Yeah, so since Miggy here was really
That's my
selling us the
game
game
ruiner, yeah.
for what, a year now?
a million years.
Yeah, a million years.
I think I played 999 in 2014.
Yeah, I played 999 at the same day.
99.
During the DS era.
Yeah,
Well,
that was a Nintendo DS game.
So you know what? I said to myself, you know what? Why not? I just buy it. It's just 500 pesos.
For all three?
Yeah, for all three
And then
games.
you mentioned that
not bad.
999 is updated because
yeah, it's
previously
remastered.
it had a iPad release. which took out all the puzzles. So it's basically a graphic novel. But apparently this version has the option to turn puzzles on or off, and now has voice acting.
Yeah, there's added voiceovers now.
And that's good because like my first run through of 999 was like 30 hours.
Yeah.
It's like reading a long book.
Yeah, that is true.
So having that voice makes it so much easier.
So yeah, that's what I did. I bought the games, and then I started with 999.
Right.
And yeah, I was really impressed with the voice acting. It got more
I need to get on
interesting and
that,
it got
yeah.
more entertaining to play it. Even though it is kind of it's mostly a graphic like a visual novel.
Right. It straight up is.
Yeah, but the puzzles are really good. Like I love the it's sort of like an escape room
Yeah.
game. Like there are areas like for example, when you start the game, you're just like you're going to dive straight into one escape room.
All right.
And then afterwards there's story, and then there's the usual action, like the usual adventure style.
Yeah, like branching paths
exploration.
lead
Yeah.
to different like dialogue trees and
Yeah,
all that.
and then another escape room, and then another, like that's the
Right.
flow of the game.
Multiple
Okay.
endings also.
Yeah, and yeah, it's good. Like it's I guess the graphics, they kind of remastered it, so some of the
It's 2D
sprites.
images though, right?
It's 2D images, but the sprites and the animations were sped up a bit, so it's not like they kind of smoothen out the animations a bit.
The animations, like to be fair, was a lot smoother than what, like say dating sims or graphic novels were doing, because instead of just having the faces and mouths move, they actually have animation cues
Yeah,
depending on certain reactions, right? And then fade into static images again.
yeah.
And like what's interesting about the 999 Zero Escape series is that in 999 in particular, the nonary game is based on like numbers. So to enter certain doors that have numbers on them, there needs to be a number pairing that like totals to something equivalent to that door.
Yeah. Like
So there are 9 participants,
Okay.
each with a bracelet having a different number. So going through different puzzles will pair you up with different characters, which will in turn have different dialogue options.
Yeah.
And since you're on a replica of the Titanic, right, the
Yeah.
supposed sister ship of the
Cool.
Titanic, you go through different parts of the ship depending on which room you go to, because it's still a ship. Like it's not just room into another room into another room.
Right.
You're going through different parts of the boat. So sometimes you go up, you go down,
Yeah.
and depending on who you pair with, your new story. And like there are different reveals per path.
Yeah.
So there are like essentially 3 false endings and 1 true ending, right? But the prerequisite is you need to go through one of the false endings first
Yeah.
to unlock the pathway to the final one, because there's an added context that makes the character aware of something. So like playing it like, kunyari, see, I go through this door, then I forgot my keys. So like somehow if you replay it, like usually when you replay you don't care, now you go back to the past, right? But like your representative then in the past will suddenly get a random thought like, I should get my keys.
Oh.
And then you go do that, which will change the
Okay.
flow. So something like that happens to that character, which kind of reflects you as a player because you are aware of that.
Yeah.
And then it suddenly reflects in the character you're playing. So that's how it goes about requiring you to get the false ending first.
All right.
They kind of did that in Bandersnatch a bit. That
Kinda,
kind of concept.
but not really, because Bandersnatch is video based, so
Yeah.
there's that limit.
But the
That's
concept
another
of
thing I
like,
haven't watched.
oh, you haven't watched.
No,
watch
but he's
Bandersnatch
right
out.
where when you try to rewatch a scene,
Yeah.
there will be slight differences, like
Really?
referencing that you've seen it before.
Yeah.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, there
That
are
is
very
really
few,
cool.
but some of them will
Or-
recognize if you watched it before.
Another good
Cool.
example is like Undertale, I guess.
Yes, Undertale recognizes because it tracks your save.
Yeah, it tracks your
Right,
save.
right.
So some of the NPCs recognize it. Oh, I've seen you before,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you've done
yeah,
this
yeah.
before.
or like if you keep doing the opening segment, like the flower will go like, just go home already.
Yeah, it is true. But
cool.
yeah, other than that, the other 2 games I haven't checked it out yet since I'm.
Oh, those are gonna be easier because Virtue's Last Reward, which is the second game, was already voiced from the get-go
Oh yeah.
because it came out on 3DS and the PS Vita.
Mm,
So like there's dialogue, but they're all voiced except for your character.
for sure.
So
yeah.
that's easy. And then Zero Time Dilemma, which is the third game, straight up cutscenes.
Really.
There's no reading anymore.
Oh,
You
okay.
just watch it,
That
so
is
it's a
good
lot
then.
faster.
That's good. That's good because I think that's kind of a wall for most players when it
Reading
comes
is
to
hard.
visual novel. Yeah, because
There's a lot.
I like some will just say that I should have just bought a book or bought a
Yeah,
comic book.
but
instead
you're
of just
essentially
that.
reading a book, but with a puzzle.
Yeah, but the story is really
The
good.
story's good.
Like it's intriguing. It sucks you in.
It does some
so.
high concept stuff that most people wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's kind of ballsy in that way. And I'd say 999 out of the 3 is the best one because it's more cohesive as a single story. The other 2 require you to play the first one,
Yeah.
and then the third one essentially requires you to play both because it's the finisher of the trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the guy who made those is making a new game right now.
Yes.
What's
but
the title? I forgot.
I forgot to.
'Cause it looks like Virtue's
It's-
Last
it's
Reward,
gonna
but
be
with
out-
more money.
Like it's gonna be out in July, yada, or is
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
June?
and like that's good because Virtue's Last Reward's cutscenes look like trash.
Yeah. It's
Like,
gonna
they're
be
animated so cheaply.
like for sure it's gonna be a detective game.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Mm.
different game, different rules, different
Yeah.
powers.
It's a different story altogether.
Super different story, which is exciting.
Mm.
Yo, $10, that's not bad. I should get on
Yeah,
that too.
I mean, Emile
Yeah.
also bought one. Like
Oh, did
he bought the trilogy.
$10 is
Yeah.
for 3 games.
This is like the perfect game for Contemplates Ares.
yeah,
This is all about numbers.
and since it's voiced, like they don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
to read.
they don't
Are
have to
all
read
the
it.
puzzles about numbers?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
You know how some games, when they have puzzles, it's related to the game. Like it's within theme, within like the realm of said game and its rules, right?
Sure, yeah.
Some of the puzzles in the Zero Escape series are that. Some of them are not. Some of them are straight up just puzzles.
Just
Yeah.
puzzles. There's a fucking Sudoku
Like-
in
yeah,
somewhere.
straight
Dude,
up
there's just
Sudoku.
literally a Sudoku puzzle in there.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I hate it.
Yeah.
The worst
Here's today's
implementation of Sudoku.
crossword.
But
Oh,
I think one of the good things about the remaster for 999 is that they included a calculator.
No, to
Or
be
is it-
fair,
was
the
it
the
that
DS one had
already?
that.
Oh,
It's
the
just
DS
because
one.
it's on a DS, it's like 2 screens away.
Oh, that's
And like
why.
you know how it's on the touchscreen, right? The notes are basically your touchscreen.
Yeah, that
So you
is
have a
true.
giant scribble of something.
But yeah, the game provides you a calculator
Dude, VLR also has that.
because
You
of course
need it.
you're gonna need it. Like if
It's
you're gonna
easier to just bust out your phone, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I
But, like,
imagine.
given
Yeah.
the time they came out,
Yeah.
which, smartphones were a thing, but they weren't super the norm yet.
Mhm.
And they're assuming that you wouldn't have anything else there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at least Virtue's Last Reward better implements notes.
No, that's
They
good.
give you 3 color pens.
Okay,
and
that
then
is
like
good.
3 pages. Like yung 999 on the DS gives you 1 page.
Yeah, that is.
It's terrible.
true. Yeah.
I assume this one has like a more modern take on that
Oh yeah.
because you're on
well,
PC.
yeah. And of course, if you're in PC, you
You're on
just have
PC,
to
you have
alt
everything
tab
else,
it
yeah.
anyway.
You probably look up the
You just
puzzle
have-
solutions too.
Oh yeah, that is.
There's also
True.
an incentive to actually getting because every puzzle room has a bonus puzzle,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and if you unlock those, it unlocks keys to add to the final ending. It's like extra concepts, and some of them are key items.
Okay.
You don't need to get them all, but I'd say there's a bigger personal reward if you do,
Interesting.
and each game does that.
I
There's
think
like
I haven't-
an extra puzzle that you can unlock during.
I think I haven't encountered one yet.
There are
In
some that you
999.
specifically can't unlock until you've done another route.
Mm.
Because it'll like a safe opens a box and you
Yeah.
can't unlock the box without the code, and the only way you can get the code is if you do this other route.
Mm.
So there's a bunch of that, but like there's a big story thing in that box.
Cool. Yeah.
I think there's only one per game. I think ZTD doesn't even have that,
Oh, okay.
so you can that's fine. But VLR and 999 do have that.
Interesting.
But
interesting.
in 999, the old one, the problem was you had to replay a specific route just to get that box open.
the whole thing. If that's.
I mean, there's a fast forward. The moment you've gone past that
Yeah.
dialogue, just tap it. It'll auto skip until you hit a new line of dialogue and stop. But you still have to do half the puzzle in that room to get to that. In VLR, straight up, there's chapter skipping.
Mm.
That's how it shows
Understand.
timelines. There's a straight up branching path that it shows you,
Yeah.
so it's easier that way.
But yeah, that's basically my week. It's just me like
Is it that?
enjoying 999 because I started playing it on a Tuesday, I guess.
Yeah.
And then from there, that's my getaway thing after work.
Wind down.
Other than because I've been like playing Sekiro for 3 weeks, and I just need something just to calm my nerves.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just-
yeah.
So
You know,
some high energy game was like draining you for a while.
yeah, I need
How
something.
far are you into Sekiro? How's it going?
Oh no, I finished
He's
it.
done.
Finish
He's
it?
reviewed
Yeah,
it
I
already.
Reviews out?
Reviews out
Cool, cool, cool.
in toomuchgaming.net. Cool, cool, cool.
There you go.
So,
Chill, baby.
yeah, I just
Nice,
need
nice.
something that's just mellow, that's just
Okay.
relaxing. I've even installed Stardew Valley again.
Oh, yeah.
I've
There you
even
go.
installed like because I haven't explored actually gaming in the Mac because I have a MacBook
Okay.
Oh,
or a
nice.
laptop,
Okay.
and I haven't really
Yeah,
explored
that's a hurdle.
like
Yeah,
the,
that is quite a
I
hurdle.
haven't explored the possibility of like using Steam in the Mac. So I tried
Yeah,
to
that looks dicey.
I tried to install a little bit of games there just to test out if the Mac will just like straight up explode or something.
Right.
No,
If I
it
get
won't,
to
naman.
play it.
Do
So
you have
far-
like a drone?
I mean-
hand it out to the outside and try to install like
It's pressing
Steam.
keys
Yeah,
for you.
Oh no!
to
Oh
defuse
look,
your
Roy! There's a robot
Mac.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
What does it run on?
Hello, little robot.
Krista, we're
All
going
right.
to die.
Oh man, classic
Classic
IT crowd.
crowd.
Yeah, but
Mm.
yeah. Other than that,
Mm-hmm.
what have I like watched? I haven't watched anything like new.
Well, Avengers was the big thing of
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah,
News
that's last week.
There was a lot of big things last week. Like as a general geek thing, like so the Game of Thrones thing came out, and then Avengers Endgame still,
Mm.
and then War of the Spark for us,
Yeah, for us.
right?
For
A
us.
bunch
And, like,
of like big
And game
moments.
Game
stuff.
of
Yeah.
Thrones is a
Yeah.
weekly thing, but specifically that episode
That
that, just
episode
happened
is
was a big
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, and we can't even talk about it yet. It's too early.
It's also the third episode of the season.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also
We
Emile
got three
hasn't.
more.
Emile hasn't.
He's
Watched
watched
it
it.
yet?
He's
Oh, he's
watched
watched
that
it now?
already. yeah.
Third?
Both
third
both
one.
Emile and Donna. Okay.
I believe so.
Okay,
Okay. Are you sure, Emile? Have you watched it? Let's see.
let's wait for the reply.
Yeah.
Oh. Perfect.
Perfect. Chad.
comedic time.
Perfect assisting. Perfect assist. But yeah, I think that's my week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like I think I mentioned last week was I finished Russian Doll,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah,
but I
yeah.
didn't get. I can't mention it. Like I can't
Yeah, Emile
tell
has
because Emile hasn't.
Yeah.
No,
watched
but
it.
fucking, I did the song bit last night.
Yeah, it
and
really
then Migs
ringed
was,
on me.
I get that now.
like,
Dude,
gotta
like
get
yeah,
up
dude.
in
Like,
the
like
morning,
we were just
sun.
trying to deck build, and then Biggie just blurred out the sound. Wait a minute.
Gotta get up.
I know this.
Gotta get up.
Like I
It
think I've
sticks
heard
to
of it
you,
before.
right?
Yeah.
You can't
so
avoid
I kind of freaked out a bit because wait a minute.
What timeline am I
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
What loop am I in?
You
It's
don't
good.
know that you become so familiar with the song.
Oh jeez.
And
Yeah,
like-
it takes a
and
while
that-
to
and
like
that
latch
is-
onto you.
And then it's like
yeah, what we do, sorry, what we do in the house is like, I start singing or Denise starts singing, I gotta get up, gotta get in, and one of us just goes, sweet birthday, baby.
That's good. That's
man.
good.
But yeah, that's like the effect that's like the show's been projecting to
Actually,
you.
yeah.
right?
It's when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
realize it, it's a bit daunting. Like, fuck.
I've heard
Yeah.
this
How many
song so
times?
many times.
And
And-
it gets a bit scary
Yeah,
too.
it
does.
gets really creepy the more
Right?
you listen to it.
yeah.
that's why I'm
especially how
getting-
certain events play out,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it gets quiet.
Ooh.
Have you watched Russian Dolls, Chad?
Not yet.
It's on Netflix.
It's
Give
on
it a shot.
Netflix. It's great.
It's really
Should
good.
I?
It's super great.
There's so much content
It's like
also.
Groundhog Day.
Oh no.
You know what would help
it's-
sell
yeah, it's
like
pretty
anyone on this?
Yeah.
Because who plays? I know Nadia.
Nadia, I don't know her name.
Yeah, but you should tell them the
Was,
story of when she got interviewed
Yeah, yeah,
and how
yeah.
they almost had a Netflix
They
orgy.
almost
Ooh.
all had
Ooh, jeez, what is that?
And then because you
I've
told me
this
that
on the-
story,
I've told this on the podcast also.
you told me
Yeah.
that story, and
Oh,
like
yeah,
because she's like heavy New Yorker girl, right?
In New York.
Yeah.
And then you told me the story. Then I watched the show and like, yeah, she would totally
Right?
do that.
Right, right,
It's super in
right.
her character
Mm.
because she's basically playing herself.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
talks like that in real life.
Yeah. I love how she calls the Daredevil the blind show. Like that's her one big takeaway for
blind
Daredevil, the blind show.
She's not wrong.
Anyways, yeah, that's
Yeah.
my week.
That's your week?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to me before we go to August Shadow. I think mine's gonna be also very short. Like My big one for this week was I started playing Nier.
Yeah.
Like what we agreed upon, Emile.
It was supposed to be like your book club with Emile.
Yeah. So I can't talk about that yet. We've all resolved that. Like
Ending A.
I'll stop at ending A, then wait for Emile to
Yeah.
catch up so we can all talk about it.
But
right?
then you didn't expect ending A to be so short.
It's so short.
It's really
like
short.
no spoilers. It's
It kind of just ends, right?
it kind of just ends, and like I want to go out to a limb and say it offered no satisfaction, no narrative
like
satisfaction
you're still
at all.
reaching the peak.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then it just cuts. It's
Yeah.
like the power runs out of your roller coaster. And like, wait a minute.
Yeah. It's like you beat him now. Okay.
Right. But you're not there yet.
Yeah.
There's a key moment when the big downhill ride happens.
Yeah.
And whoo boy, literally.
So to go into inside baseball, I've started also on moving forward from ending A, and just
a little bit.
a little bit in there. I
Yeah.
already like, fuck, this is great.
It's great, right? It
This is
gets
great.
way
It's
better.
kind of great. Like, but yeah, we'll just talk about it. When,
Have you
when
installed?
the
Have you
things
gotten that chip? Nah. When you install it and you kill robots, you hear them scream.
happen? No,
It
There
has no
is?
purpose. It's fucked up.
that's fucked up. Okay, I've just been trying to get my shockwave back because I lost my fucking shockwave.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Did you die?
I
Lou?
died.
Oh.
I died, and it was at a point where I didn't firmly grasp what dying meant. So
Yeah, because you leave your body and all your chips.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I just click stuff like repair. Okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
no.
And then, no, but that's what I want to do. Okay, repair
Now,
it.
to be fair, the concept of either retrieving your body or repairing it to become an AI ally sounds cool,
Yeah,
but
but you'll never get the
No.
chips back, right?
you never they keep the chips, so they
Right.
fight with it, but
Right.
they don't last very long, and they're not very smart.
Yeah. So,
So it's really not worth it
that's
to
a
do
stupid
that.
person's
It's
game.
fun to do it with some dead random that you see.
Oh yeah.
Because what happens
No.
is when other players die, they leave. If you play online,
Yeah.
when other players die, you can find their bodies online.
That's
Then
like
you can
their-
repair them.
That's like
Yeah,
their
you can repair their
online,
corpses.
Okay, that's
feature
nice.
for the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
And
that. I thought it was just for
there's
you.
one particular fight. You've reached already, Raffy, since you beat A.
Sure. Yeah.
Can we spoiler alert this for a bit?
Oh, spoiler alert for just a tiny.
We'll I don't know. Just skip the next 5 minutes.
I-
There's a boss fight with who's the guy with the longer hair? Adam.
Yeah.
In the underground place, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you walk into the arena where you do the boss fight, I was playing online when the game was new.
Mm-hmm.
So many dead bodies, and everyone who's played that
cool.
usually play offline or when the game is pretty old.
Right.
They don't see nearly as much dead bodies as
Yeah.
I did.
Oh shit,
And I'm
that's
like,
cool.
holy fuck, what am I walk? I thought because like
Ah,
the game
yeah.
would put some dummy dead bodies because they do sometimes, right?
I saw a few. I
They
think.
put a few,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, there
but
are a
like
few.
when I see people who play offline, like I saw something completely different, and I wasn't recording,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
was like,
Oh shit.
Damn.
and then I beat him real easy, and like, why did everyone die here?
Get on my level.
I've
Get on my
I've
level.
experienced what you've seen, maybe, but in a different boss.
I've seen a few,
Yeah.
but that one particular room, since it's so enclosed,
Mm.
there's so many. I tried to revive them all because I want your money. I want you. Give me your money. Shoot, fuck, give me your money. And then I killed him. And like, wait. All right, so
Yeah,
spoiler
no,
ending.
we're done.
It's not really a
Um,
big spoiler. It's just one boss.
It's a
fight.
name. You said a name.
It's a boss
That's it.
fight.
Yeah.
But,
There's
like,
no
that-
that means nothing.
Yeah,
to anyone who
super
hasn't.
doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
There's
It's
also
fine.
toys of them out of those two
Yeah.
characters.
We good.
But that particular segment talaga has never happened again to me. And when I watch other people play, like, oh man,
You miss it now.
Super missed it.
Yeah. So aside from Nier, the big thing that happened this week was CosCon last Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. It's just this cool little intimate convention that they got me to sell art at, and it's like it's smaller than any other con. It's more like an art exhibit, like a little tiny thing. But it has a standing reputation of being the con with the heart because it's always for a good cause. So this year is for the Moropreneur Inc. And it's providing businesses to the Moro people in Mindanao and stuff like that. So all the
Nice.
proceeds go to that. But the big things are one thing is I got to meet Kenneth, our friend and
Yeah.
patron,
Yeah.
and I got to meet
Nice.
Kenneth in person.
Shout out, Kenneth.
Nice dude, like hella nice dude, really jolly. I did not like. I did. Have you ever seen Kenneth in person?
I haven't
yet?
met him in
I
person.
haven't
Yeah.
seen Kenneth yet.
Okay, so you've seen like so my friend kami in patron Kenneth, always very active, right?
Yeah.
And always very supportive and stuff. It's first time I see him. Jolly dude, fun dude, like easy going dude. And so we ended up talking about everything from in a span of like 5 minutes that he walked up to the booth. We talked about everything from robots to Avengers
Oh,
to
dude, he
like we
likes
just
everything
kept
we
going.
like.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's the fusion of all our interests.
Yeah. So that's a good shout out. Like yeah. My notes here say Pandesal Lord and Niceman. Yeah, whatever. Like
Okay.
yeah. I don't
You
remember
forgot
how.
the
Yeah.
comment. Yeah,
Why
Chad,
was Pandesal
Kenneth
Lord?
is in that Transformers Facebook group that we're a part of.
Oh.
Yeah. He's the one with the Voltus
saw
5
him.
profile.
Yeah,
pic.
the Voltus 5
Yeah,
profile.
yeah.
Listen.
I think I saw his profile before.
My booth mates are also very nice. Like we ended up talking about all the types of shit. Like I remember why I wrote down Pandesal Lord was because my table mate Toady Technica on Instagram. He's this really nice dude that's just
Yeah.
super also very chill, very like accommodating. Like hey,
Okay.
kaya ka muna, kamusta ka, ganyan. Tapos parang, this is very nice, this is very refreshing. Tapos parang he kept offering me at different times during the day,
Bread?
pandesal.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, okay.
So I ended up calling him the Pandesal Lord. Because he's like, kuha dun, sarap. Punta ko dun. Meron pa, kuha pa dun. Tapos parang, okay lang.
What a shill.
Tapos parang I broke at around 2 p.m.
Oh,
Parang,
jeez.
fuck, I gotta taste what this man's talking about. Then I get it, and he was so happy. I was eating the pandesal. Oh, yeah, sarap diba?
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. There was cheese in it. But, you know,
Oh, right.
the guy has good taste in pandesal. So
Big shill.
Big shout out.
He's trained in the Pandesal ways all his life.
Yeah. There's also I saw Rob, our good friend from Contemplate, Rob Chan over
Rob
there.
Chubb.
Yeah, he was selling the art. He was selling all that stuff. His booth mate flashed me a little bit.
With his dong?
No, the lady flashed me like
With a boob?
Yeah, I thought it was a boob. Like for example, so she was wearing like this blazer,
Yeah?
and like when Rob introduces me to her, she just immediately like opens up her blazer, and I see like friggin' nips, and then
Okay.
wait. Oh no! Thank God, those are just fake fabric nips. Oh, thank God, because that's what she was selling. They're from this erotic comedy troupe called Deus Ex Machina. It's
Oh,
all
okay,
around
okay.
there.
That
So
makes
that's
a lot
their
of sense.
big gimmick. So that's what they were selling, like fabric yarn nips.
How do you apply said fabric
What?
yarn nips?
What?
How do you
I
apply
think
those?
she double-sided taped it.
So you put
double-sided
them
tape.
underneath? I
Oh
was
no,
imagining
they
like
were
a...
out, dog. They were on top of her.
Oh, I think I've
her
seen a
clothes.
photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that was
Yeah,
jarring.
Free the nipple.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, I just had a good time.
What was your reaction when you saw that? Cat's alive!
Whoa! Yeah,
Christ almighty.
a little bit, yeah.
He's coming back.
He's coming. I'm telling you, dude. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. He will kill again. He
Jesus
will.
coming for you.
Christ will kill again. We gotta stop him.
Oh no, what a board wipe.
He's
Grappler in
pro-
2019.
Christ is the biggest board wipe.
Can't be regenerated.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Will he be trapped in the moon by Tamio? Magic jokes.
At least he'll be with Mega Man Legends too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I swear I had more stuff to talk about, but yeah, those were the biggest things. It's good to see like awesome friends over there, awesome, talented, awesome people. Like Pam had a talk from Play Without Apology. Pam
Cool.
had a talk about inclusiveness in the geek space. All that's cool. Our friend Pepe had sick dice towers.
Yeah,
Like,
he's selling
so
them now.
amazing. Like
Oh.
Yeah, the ones he made for himself. He's
Right.
selling them now. It's
Interesting.
great.
it's great. He had this cool one that like you put the dice in and there's a drawbridge
There's
on
a
it.
bridge that opens
and
up.
It opens up
with the chains.
so cool.
It's
dude.
cool.
It's really cool.
I like the one where it's like a skull mountain that leads into like a tiny waterfall.
Oh, I don't think he brought that.
But he
I
has a
didn't see
page
it.
now. I
Yeah,
forget the
yeah,
name
yeah.
of the page, but he's
Chaotic
finally agreed
Great.
to. Yeah.
Chaotic Great
Chaotic Great.
PH. Yeah, there.
Cool.
Sick.
Just to make sure I
What
get
an
all the
artisan.
plugs in. If we all can go to CosCon next year, it's a good cause and it's always a good time. Oh, and also they always end the day by singing along to some show tunes. So that's always up my alley. Like
The
all
musical life.
Yeah. So because
What's
there are a
this
bunch
year?
of like theater nerds. Last year was all about Hamilton, Hamilton.
Yeah,
This
that was
year
the big hype
was
last year.
this year was different from different plays and junk. So they got Greatest Showman in there. They got a little bit of Hamilton. They even went for a few Disney stuff. So that was great.
That's easy.
cool.
Nice.
And Pepe comes up to me after the con and says, "Dude, I was shocked to see you singing along to all that stuff because like all I know of you is wrestling and gaming stuff on my feed. Like that's your SEO. So it's about like typecasted again."
Oh, it's okay, Rap.
Yeah, but yeah,
You
that's
gotta
it.
sell the image.
Yeah, you gotta sell it.
Yeah. All right. So Flixing Like a Muff this week.
In your Switch. Wow.
Like a Muff.
Switch edition.
Yeah,
Switch edition, because this is from LA Noir.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Again.
It's such. Look at this. Look at this perfectly normal human interaction by Cole Phelps, protagonist of LA Noir. Look at this. So they're interviewing this lady named Barbara Lapenti about she's the landlord to a victim.
Is this the old lady?
This is the old lady. There are a bunch of old ladies.
Okay, I know this one.
Bunch of old
So
ladies.
here we go. Where does Cole Phelps goes? Do you know where she went? Barbara Lapenti goes, "No, I have no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me." Cole Phelps goes, "When you press the bad cop, a nosy old hag like you knows everything about people who live under her roof. Where did she go?"
Where's the aggression coming from, Cole?
Because before this, all our interactions were like, good
Sweet
cop,
and
good cop,
nice.
believe.
Oh,
And then
jeez.
suddenly, a nosy old hag like you.
Well, you gotta shake the tree and see what falls out.
Ridiculous.
Limits of game design.
It's so weird. Like, we were having a pleasant conversation with this lady who was legit broken up about the girl who died. And then calls her a nosy old
It's
hag.
all a ruse.
Yeah.
Don't fall for it. She's a nosy old hag.
Doing my job, ma'am.
And then he's after that question, he stands up and thank you for your help, ma'am. Stupid.
Oh, Cole.
Why?
Oh, boy. What a hero.
All right, that's me. Let's go to our guest Chad. How you
Yeah.
doing, my man?
Anything
Yes.
relevant happen
Well,
before
not-
the pre-release?
Well, not much. Well, because
Yeah.
full of work, so I
Oh.
got not managed to watch any new shows lately. But I did manage to play Final Fantasy 12 for the Switch.
Oh, yeah, that's out. That sounds perfect for the Switch.
Yeah.
Shit.
Especially with the fast forward mode.
It's like you have the option for like '2 or *4 for the fast
It's
forward.
insane, yeah.
So when you navigate around the town, you just get stuck on the one corner.
Right.
So the fast
But like
forward.
the purpose of that is because the game requires you to grind a bit
Yeah.
because the fucking difficulty suddenly spikes because
Yeah, you really have
And,
to power
um,
level a bit.
the combat system is very MMO style.
Yeah.
Like select a target, and then
Right.
because of the gambit system, which lets
Automates
you
a lot of actions.
yeah preset actions for your AI companions.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is either you babysit them if they're dying,
Mm-hmm.
or when they're too strong, just let them kill everything.
Yeah. You just
So,
walk
just
around
target
the map.
thing, then they'll kill them for you.
You just walk around.
Yeah.
You walk
Yeah,
around.
that's, so having
on
it
fast forward mode.
right, and then having it portable makes it so much better.
Yeah, I
So
imagine.
that sounds hella perfect for the Switch.
Easy
And
for the
FF12
grind.
is a pretty long game.
Yeah.
It's pretty long. I
So
think
that's great.
I'm around 60 hours.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna 50,
Just
60.
typical story. And then all the best part when grinding is when you go back to the save point, it heals your entire HP and then empty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
you
great.
don't need to go to an inn or there's no inn.
There's no
There's
inn.
no
There's
inn?
no inn.
I
in the
didn't
game.
realize
There's
that.
a inn that you can go into, but you
Yeah.
can't sleep.
That's
No,
a
okay.
drastic change from the older Final Fantasy games. So it really does kind of modernizes Final Fantasy 12 a bit when it comes to like that kind of flow
Right.
of
Mhm.
leveling up your character.
Also, 12 was like the first fully 3D Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you can say that FF7 to 10
Action-based.
were 3D,
Mm.
but like the environments were mostly painted.
Pre-rendered, yeah.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
Just like
right,
Resident
right,
Evil.
right.
I think even 10 is on full
10 had
3D,
some, right?
10 had some.
but you can't rotate the camera.
You can't rotate the camera.
Mhm.
So like this one had a free roaming camera. So
And this one is an action RPG, yes?
third person, yeah.
But
not really
like
action.
It's,
It's
more of a
RPG.
traditional, but
but it's not turn-based.
No, it's not.
it's
It's
more
like an
of
MMO.
An MMO,
Like
yes,
like
yes,
DPS.
Fucking
yes.
up until like the arrows that come from your head that point to the enemy.
Yeah.
And you can see
Straight
your
up
active
MMO.
time bar
Right.
charging when it's your turn to auto attack.
Mm.
Yeah. So like it's fun, but when you're watching someone play, there's a lot of pausing and like, wait, I need to heal my guy.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, he's dying again. Wait, lang.
Wait,
Oh, wait,
can't you
I
set
need
that?
to change my action to make him attack more. Like, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Then you
You
just
can
run
adjust.
around not getting hit.
It sounds like it's taking the role of an idle game at this point, right? Like
Oh, sort
the
of.
ones that you just automatic.
Yeah,
Like,
you can fight yourself, but
Okay.
like
Yeah.
given the style of the game,
Mhm.
it becomes that because the gambit system is so good
Mhm.
and it's pretty smart on how it prioritizes actions you set.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's also funny because you buy these actions, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It took me a
But-
while to realize,
yeah.
like, oh, you buy them.
Right.
This is it. And like, because when I missed out on FF12 when it came out on the PS2,
Yeah.
so I played it like mga 2012 or
Mhm.
something.
Mm.
And then like I was playing it and like I've heard so much about the gambit system and like I thought you would unlock them as you level up, and you do, right?
Mhm.
And parang like this isn't as good as everyone says. Then I find the one shop
Yeah,
with
that
all the
sells
gambits and like,
Yeah, yeah.
this is it. Oh my
Yes,
god,
I will
It's so
optimize my
easy.
build. I will make an AI.
This is where all the strategy comes in.
Yeah.
And otherwise, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
I never got far on it because it's the last game I played with my PS2 before I broke it.
Oh.
And it also came out pretty late on the
'Cause-
PS2 as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, like at the end of the
Yeah.
cycle.
Pretty much.
The PS3 was out back then, so wireless controllers were a thing, right?
Yeah.
So I was playing on an old PS2 that my cousin gave me, and after a day or 2 days of after a hard like few hours of grinding, I've been playing the game for a few days now. And then after one session, I just like roll over in my bed with the controller in my hand.
Oh.
I yanked the PlayStation, fell to the ground,
Oh,
and
shit.
then
It was probably a PS2 Slim too.
no, it's the big
The
one.
big one?
The big
oh
one.
no.
Got shattered. Yeah,
Ooh,
that was my
sucks.
last memory of that. I just got reunited with Grappler too, so
Oh. Best judge.
yeah,
That's
He's kind of an
love him.
asshole though.
Yeah.
Sick armor.
He's too cool. Yeah, he's way too cool.
Yeah,
The Darth Vader of the series.
is it?
He's
Is it?
pretty much a Darth Vader
yeah.
series.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically.
He chases you
Is
around.
he evil? Okay.
Yeah,
Turns out evil.
judges are assholes in 12.
Yeah.
Okay. is this a remaster or?
It is.
Yeah, it's the
International-
Zodiac Age edition. So it's
Yeah.
typically the remastered of
Mm.
FF12,
It's the HD version
HD improvised, etc.
Mm.
version.
with all the languages and all the changes.
I think one thing that they add for the Switch version is, and also for the Xbox One, is you can finally respec your class.
Mm.
So, for
Ah.
example,
Oh, good.
Okay,
at the journey of the game, because this version is based on the international version, which
Right.
has the Zodiac
Classes. Or
classes,
the
so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can select your own
Mm.
job
Yeah.
instead of a more complex.
more open way of developing
we call
your
this
character.
the board.
Yeah.
The spear.
I
Spear
forget.
grid.
No,
They
Spirit
changed
is FF10.
Oh, sorry.
They changed it to a board now compared to the
Okay.
first version in FF12. So it's more simplified. It's easier to grind and specialize which skills you want to prioritize first.
Right.
And here you can finally respec if you don't like the specific job that you put
Yeah.
to your characters.
That's so useful.
It's
So
so
you
good.
don't need
Yeah.
to repeat another
The
new
whole
game.
Yeah.
And like in theme of Ivalice, the land which the game takes place in.
The land I call my
I was gonna,
Yeah.
I was gonna do it.
And, hooray, it has,
Final Fantasy Tactics takes place in Ivalice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they've
it's,
established that it's the same place.
Mm.
even in Vagrant Story.
Yeah, it's just it's the same place but in different points in time.
Yeah.
They call this like the Saint Evilist Alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they
So-
call it for the universe.
In theme of Final Fantasy Tactics, where job classes are their own separate levels as well. Like you have a base character level,
Yeah.
but jobs have their own level to mastery as well.
Yeah.
Then, like, if you want to learn a specific skill, just grind to that, get it, to change job.
Yeah.
That is also very in theme with.
It's an interesting
12.
theory with like the Saint Evilist story. It's like what happens is that
Tactics takes place in the super future.
yeah, they
Yeah.
said no. I think this one is a more interesting theory. They said Tactics was the first one,
Okay.
Okay.
the first Tactics, and then followed by Vagrant Story. So it's more like in the future.
Yeah, Vagrant Story happens after.
And then after
Okay.
that, Tactics Advance happened, where you know
Oh.
in that part the Grand Grimoire made some new classes, like it's in this new universe.
So it like resetted
No, but
Evilise a
in,
bit.
in Tactics Advance, Evilise is a book.
yeah, it's a book. But what happens is after the ending, well, spoilers.
Oh,
right.
Like when they left the world,
They have the option to make it real or not. Oh,
yeah,
they fuse both worlds.
I think they fuse it,
Yeah,
and then
they
that's
do.
what happened.
Oh, interesting theory.
Now for that, because remember in the first two games like Tactics and Vagrant Story, there's no Vera class.
It's just humans.
There's
Just
more
humans.
humans.
Just humans. Because the rest of the races died.
Yeah,
And the absence of technology is because technology like broke down and all that's left is magic. So they're back to swords and shit.
yeah. So that's why after Tactics Advance, it's the FF12 because there are some reference from 12 that are based on Tactics Advance. Especially like there's some key
Ooh.
cities, key.
Cool.
Is that why
countries.
all the races are present in Ano?
Yeah,
In 12.
that's the theory. But I think it wasn't even verified by the developers.
I mean, that's
So
a
Nah,
big
because
theory.
hanging-
kalat na sila eh. And like at least the very least I heard is the timeline is Advance is wala lang because everything's a book, right?
Yeah,
But 12 happens before
Yeah.
because that's when airships were prominent.
Mm.
Because in Tactics it's like a myth or a legend, and you find old records pertaining to airships,
Okay.
like boats in the sky, and like fucking that's impossible. Like a gun is the best thing that they've ever made in Ivalice. And like before, like you have a flying boat, that's bullshit. But then you meet a robot that shoots lasers from its chest.
Well, there.
So like yeah, there's something happening there. And then Cloud shows up for some reason.
and and also
Cloud is there.
aside from FF12, I'm trying a new game from
Yeah.
Nippon Ichi Software.
Of course.
Well, technically I'm still in the embargo because it's a review copy.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But I'm allowed to mention because it's just about the game.
Of
So
course.
it's
Sure,
called Lapis Labyrinth.
Yeah, the one you showed us yesterday.
Yeah, it's a cute game. Well, you know, typical Nippon Ichi Software.
They publish
So-
everything, man.
Yeah. Although this one is more interesting. It's like typical hack and slash action RPG
Right.
with your own party. But the catch here is your party is stacked on your head.
Literally on
Oh,
top
yeah,
of each other.
yeah. I've seen you play this yesterday.
And you can switch to your party members in real time by just pressing on the shoulder
Right.
button.
Yeah.
And then you can do assist attacks depending on who's on your first stack. So, like,
Yeah.
for example, you have a maid class.
Yeah.
So she'll just sweep on the floor, wiping the
Yeah,
enemies.
the attacks will change based on who's the primary character.
Yeah.
right?
Cool.
And then it's more of, you know, grinding there, earning more money and loot.
When you break things and gems fly from
Yeah,
every
it's
side,
fun.
it looks like a mobile game.
And then when you manage to like fill up the fever meter, and then the fever times comes in, and that's where all the gems pop off or the gold
Just like
coins.
Yakuza 0.
You're not wrong.
It's kinda
Wala na lang
crazy, it's fun.
breakdancing.
Yeah.
It's great and it's fun, and I think it's really meant for the Switch. Although there's a PS4 version,
But
Yeah.
that's
Looking
looking
at
like
cheese,
everything
but just
developed
like-
now kind of applies to all consoles.
but I tried checking it on the dock mode. The resolution is really good, and the details on the artwork's pretty nice.
Nice.
And
It's
really
interesting how you showed how you double jump in that game
Yeah.
because it's like Mario World where you sacrifice whoever's below you.
Yeah, you're gonna
Oh,
you're
no.
going to jump
What
over
hap-
your
yeah, you kill
party.
Yoshi
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
I've
the double
seen
jump,
this.
right?
So you can do quadruple jump.
No,
You
but what's
sacrifice
cute
your
about
party
it-
member.
Not naman sacrifice, but you drop one.
Yeah.
You leave them
Because
behind.
you hop off them.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
But the downside is you lose an attack. Like the character is still down there, and then when you
right.
land, you all come back together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay. I
Pero
thought you
you-
sacrificed.
Oh, no.
In the
You
abyss.
sacrifice your attack power
Mm.
for an additional jump.
That's
Yeah.
it. Oh, I thought
So
the,
there's some
the
strategy
character
to
is
that.
that is dead.
Oh, no,
like,
they come
just
back.
to jump.
It looks like they
yeah,
died.
yeah.
Yeah, because
See ya, Fred.
Because the party there is like for your 4-man party, it stacks your entire stats into one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You
for
become
example,
one strong thing.
each of them lasts like 50 HP, so you
Yeah.
have like 200.
Mhm.
So once you lose one member, you lose a partial
Your
of your
HP
stats.
drops.
Yeah, which makes sense because you are one thing, right? Isn't that the thing?
And then there's one.
There's a funny anime concept there, I guess, because they
Okay,
form like
okay,
a tiki tower. Right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, and then also there's one interesting mechanic. Like you have a time limit for each floor. once the timer reaches 0, there's like for Persona, like Grim Reaper shows up teleporting.
Oh, one of those.
If you got touched by the Grim Reaper, it's quest failed.
Okay.
So you have to repeat the
What is
entire
that
quest.
old ass arcade game where something like that shows up if you linger too long?
Uh,
In a star ba yun? I am in a star. Run!
Forgot
A
about it.
giant face that chases you.
Oh, I
There's
forgot.
an old
that.
arcade game that does that too.
I
That's
don't
funny.
know that. I haven't played that thing.
It's way before our time. It's like super old.
Yeah, so far those are like two video games that I'm playing, and right now
Have you finished the Dragon Ball card arcade
Well, I
game?
managed to
Oh,
do
shit.
I managed to do some play tests, like a couple of hours, but I think I'm satisfied with what I'm gonna do because
It's based on the Gacha arcade game.
it's based on the
that's
gacha
it.
game, or maybe on the card arcade game, like what
Yeah, that one.
Japanese arcades are doing right now.
So
it's
it's
kind of
simple.
interesting. It's simple, and I think there's some
No,
good parts
what's
there.
annoying to me about it is basically, the the quote unquote MMO, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, right?
Yeah.
Basically, that's all canon within this particular
Oh.
universe.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
So
weird.
all side stories, are, like even GT is canon here, because it's just a different timeline where
Right.
things
Yeah.
happen differently.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with the Xenoverse like plot and setting.
But they're really going into
Yeah.
it, like
which
because
is fine for me. I mean,
it's fine, but like it's incredibly dumb.
yeah, I know.
I feel like I'm missing out
Dragon
because
Ball
I enjoyed
Heroes,
Xenoverse.
Like when they showed Dragon Ball Heroes, right? That was really,
Right.
like,
Yes, Dragon
crazy.
Ball Super Heroes
Oh, yeah.
has OVA thing that's running right now,
Mhm.
and it takes place like after the
Xenoverse.
Super anime.
Yeah.
So like Ultra Instinct is a thing, but then he fights Super Saiyan 4 Goku at some point.
Yeah,
And like, yo, that's something from my fantasies, but it's real.
Yeah.
Somehow it's animated by the team, and like, I don't know what to believe in anymore.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Speaking of, sorry to go into tangent. But speaking of Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Super,
Right?
like they announced the
There's a new
the
one
release
coming.
date.
July?
I think so.
yeah.
And
I have no idea what's gonna
interesting
happen.
is that they showed a poster of Goku with the same style as
From the
what they
movie,
did
from the
from
Broly movie.
Okay.
So,
Which is-
are we gonna expect?
Oh yeah, you
A-
also mentioned that before. You watched the Broly movie.
Yeah, I did. Oh, did that's the
Yeah,
thing
that's the
pala.
other
Oh,
one.
I saw. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
But like the
Good
well,
review.
Good review.
it's good, but I think the big takeaway is that the big art style change.
They're
It's
gonna
a
move.
different,
They're
like,
gonna.
It's very different.
yeah.
What do you call this? Like a director on
Because,
what do you call
like
it?
Art director.
Art director.
the inspiration was they're fusing the old style of like the Frieza arc
Yeah.
Okay.
with the modern style from the Boo arc.
Mhm.
So like everyone is like taller, buffer, but the proportions are a lot softer,
Yeah.
and like the hair doesn't look like bananas anymore.
Mm.
Like it's a one big yellow puff with some spikes.
Yeah.
And then like the animation is just really fluid.
Man, if they're going to adopt this to the new
I
one,
hope it's true.
I hope
but
it's true
Fucking,
because
I'm not
the big,
expecting it to
because
be
the Broly movie was really
fucking
good.
choice. Yeah,
Like really top-notch quality
Super
animation.
pretty.
Like even though it's just like 70% all fights,
which is
it's-
also great for Dragon Ball movie.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
really fun. It's really
That's what I
entertaining.
imagine.
Like,
you
Also,
want.
dude, Frieza gets his shit.
Oh
kicked.
god, yeah, that was so good. Like the transition when they go into Frieza's battles,
Yeah.
it's really
Well,
funny.
it's funny because like the movie's about Broly fighting Goku, right? And Broly's
Yeah.
going berserk because angry.
yeah,
That's how he powers up.
and just
So, like-
Frieza's just there at the background. It's
No.
just laughing.
Yeah, because Frieza's like, oh, I get to see Goku get killed.
Yeah,
So he's just there watching. So parang Goku knows even if he and Vegeta team up, they can't beat him.
yeah,
So he comes up with the like, let's fuse because that makes us stronger.
yeah.
But how do we get away from this guy? And like Vegeta, follow me.
Yeah,
They
he
just fly
baited
past
out.
Frieza,
Yeah, he
and
baited
Broly
him.
just fucking explode tackles on Frieza, and starts beating him up.
But automatic aggro na kay Frieza.
And like Frieza's like, oh, how dare you touch me, you dirty monkey? He goes golden,
And
but
then
still gets the shit kicked
Yeah,
out.
but
of him.
after a few
so
after a few
funny.
hours later, what's happening? Because
Still getting
Goku and
beat up.
Goku and Vegeta are practicing the fusion dance.
Takes
And
like
it
a few
takes
minutes,
30
like-
minutes. If they make a mistake, they have to wait for 30 minutes to
and then
like
they fuck
fuse
up
back.
twice.
Yeah, they
so
fuck up
it's an
twice.
hour.
So it's like Frieza was getting beaten by Broly for an
For 1
hour.
hour.
It's It's like the old Loki joke of I've been falling for 30
30
minutes, but this is just Frieza getting beaten by a fucking
And,
legendary Saiyan.
Like he
for
had no
an hour and
comeback.
30.
He just gets destroyed.
Yeah, poor guy.
There's a
But
clip
he really
of it on
deserved
YouTube.
He really
It's
deserved it.
hilarious.
So, Chad, anything else from your week?
Well, aside from video games, I managed to try playing Magic.
Oh yeah.
We've been actually trying to slowly get you in on this.
You've
Oh, what have
tasted
you
your
done,
first.
guys?
What have you done, Miggy?
Fell for it. But yeah,
You've tasted your first Magic experience
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Commander.
Alright,
It's the
so-
first. No,
How is it?
actually, it's the first time joining a pre-release event.
yeah. Oh,
So we're going into that now?
yeah, we could transition.
Release?
We could talk about that now.
Yeah,
I
actually.
guess. Do you have anything else in your week before pre-release?
Well, so far since I'm pretty much busy in the past weeks,
Mhm.
this is still like my
Oh,
free
but
time
but
now.
before
see.
that, you
Ooh.
did buy your first commander deck, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
still currently sealed.
It's
Right?
still sealed.
Oh, we gotta. Yeah.
Yeah, can we show it to the camera at least for a bit?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, have you like
Audio
pose it here?
listeners, this is what a
Yeah.
commander deck sounds like.
Sounds like. Oh yeah.
But we got he got the
Commander.
Sahili commander deck from 2018.
Exquisite. What?
Old lady
I'm
Sahili,
gonna
There
put
you
this as my
It
token
says
card.
exquisite.
Oh
your
yeah.
fate stay night, half naked
yeah,
lady
It just
token.
says
Yeah.
It says exquisite.
Exquisite invention, the Sahili red blue deck.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
when we got Chad into the games,
Mm-mm.
parang I think he enjoyed the multiplayer aspect of Commander,
Yeah.
which I think it's really meant to do because
Yeah.
Commander is very multiplayer oriented
Yeah.
and it's a fun broken format.
One-on-one commander is no fun.
It's not fun at
No
all.
fun at all.
So like even brawl 1-on-1 is kind of difficult.
Yeah, the fun is in the politics and like
Yeah.
managing all the different effects from like 4 different fucking
Yeah.
players.
And also since you have like the safety of everyone has to do their own turn and you're not the immediate target,
right.
you have time to do things. So you can actually get to play like big spells and all that.
Yeah.
And like even becoming the
So-
threat every now and then it's like, oh, you're looking at me now. So
You're
you're
approaching
approaching
me.
me.
Oh.
Like it's
Yeah.
cool. Like
But
you
yeah.
thought, like you sometimes you think like, I'm just nothing. I'm the weakest person here amongst veterans. Then like, oh, have you looked at his board? He's got a thing.
He's about to fuck
I
us in
think we
the
have
anus.
to kill it. It's
Yeah.
like it's a little motivating then
Yeah,
too because
yeah.
it makes you feel strong.
Mm.
And like the commander precons are these.
Yeah.
They're pretty these as base.
Yeah,
They can
I mean,
like
it
they do
has
stuff.
value.
I think I managed to do some research about this, and yeah, it's one of those good decks.
Nice.
Like they're all good. It's
Yeah.
like it's the comparison is compared to the previous years, they're not as powerful. But that's also mainly because their commander is a planeswalker, which like in a multiplayer environment doesn't have as much value because it's a one thing that happens on your turn.
And it can get beat up by like
It can get
Goku
beat up 3
and,
times.
Yeah. Like Goku and I like Broly beating up Frieza. That'll
for 1
happen,
hour.
Yeah, for 1 hour.
So there's that. But like that's the nature of a planeswalker as a commander.
Yeah.
But like it still does things and as to how Wizard constructs a 60 card precon versus a commander, like a commander is basically half the deck is viable. Like
Yeah,
there is
that's
some trash, but you can easily like swap them
Swap
out.
it out for better parts.
Right,
Yeah.
and like even then, even like the commons in there are pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So
And-
how have you been finding the experience of returning? Or you have played before, right?
Yeah, I played.
played
it,
during Mana
like,
Burn.
during my grade school years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like I think around late
96?
90s.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Remember the expansion or the block that you played the first time
think
you
last-
started Magic?
I think it started around 4th edition.
Damn, dude.
yeah, he's got some
Okay.
white border cards.
White bordered
Yeah.
pages. Yeah. Bunch of
But
cards
that
with
early,
a
right?
racist
Dang.
artist.
Yeah, I remember
you know.
that those old days that there's one card shop in our school. It's also called Courtside.
Really?
So I'm not
Okay.
sure if it's the
It's
same
probably-
Courtside.
The
or
original
it's
Courtside.
the now
Probably.
Courtside. And then there's like one opening in the wired fence
Yeah.
in between the school and then on the streets outside. And then that's
Okay.
where the Ale from the card shop gives
Gives
out
you-
the cards.
what?
and
Is
for
this
us to pay.
drugs?
Parang sari-sari store.
Technically,
Is
more like
this
drugs.
just drugs?
Drugs in sari store.
Come here, boy.
Because like since in our
Ate
school,
some fog no?
since our school like, it's Chinese school, so yeah, there are times like for example, grade 5 and above
Yeah.
until high school, they're not allowed to go outside.
Ah.
So technically, you need to find
this
a way
prison?
to call Ale to call Ali from across the street.
Oh, this literally sounds like prison
Yeah,
because
like contraband stuff.
Well,
no,
yeah.
we found that article of this dude who played Magic in prison.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is it illegal in prison?
It's
No,
not.
no,
You
it's
can buy
not.
it. It's just
Okay,
that
okay.
they get swindled sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Parang, how much is a soul ring now? Like $3?
Sure.
You paid like 20 for his,
Oh boy.
and it's all beaten up and all.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
People taking advantage of the prisoners.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what about the Alice story?
Like,
I
Ali,
want to know
You're
about
gonna
this.
just wave at her and then you just say, "Ate, 4th edition, 4th ed," and then you show up with your starter box, pick up one deck or one booster pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the old days, like for example, the Fallen Empires, like around $30.
Damn.
Oh,
For a
Wow.
pop.
back
And
then,
then-
Jesus.
And then
That's
like I think Homelands was around 40 pesos.
What the hell?
No. Think of it back then.
Yeah,
40
back then,
pesos
that is true.
gets you a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
Still.
all the latest expansions like 4th edition, Ice Age, Mirage around 80 to 100.
Oh, that's a lot.
And
now.
then the starter deck will be around 200 to 300.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this one.
And then we also get our
Still
Inquest
really-
magazine there. So for our updates and pricing.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
grade
yeah,
school.
Inquest.
Yeah,
Hindi
Inquest.
ko naabutan yung
Nabut,
Inquest magazine.
nabutan namin. Like, during when we were playing in college, that's what the owner of the shop we used to hang out with, that's where he
He'd
based
reference
All
prices.
the deck tech
Yeah.
secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we also do installment pays. Like store allows like if you want to buy like 2 starter decks, you can just
Hulugan.
pays Hulugan like 50 pesos a day.
Nice.
Holy
Because you're
shit.
still students, you don't have much money.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
What
Yeah,
an
yeah,
understanding alley.
Yeah. That's a
Buti na-
cool. That's a cool.
I mean, you're
LGS.
giving your money, so you gotta
Yeah.
commit,
Yeah,
right?
so you're
Yeah.
listed there like how much do you owe?
Right.
Wow, a tab.
And
for
you need to pay like
students.
half before you can get the entire.
Because
item
like,
you
how
bought,
much
you
was
ordered.
like a can of soda now is 40 to 50
Sure.
sometimes.
Yeah.
right? Depends, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
40,
remember-
50.
Let's say like the cheapest is 30. Back
Mm.
then it was like
20,
Yeah.
15.
I could-
Mga-
15.
like for example, like your lunch with the one ulam and then one rice.
Mm.
It's
Wala
like
pang
30
50.
pesos.
Oh.
No, 30
Yeah.
pesos.
But now it's like 200.
Yeah.
280 pesos is the
meal.
cheapest, but
Yeah.
it's, not that
80
good.
pesos is nothing.
Yeah.
You can
Uh,
barely live on that.
20 pesos was a huge like plate of spaghetti back where I was from.
Yeah.
So I'd go through like a ton of that.
And then like your burgers
Inflation
there,
is
10
real.
pesos or 15 pesos.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your shit together, Philippines.
I once
Man.
let's
You
go
need the
back to the good
cardboard.
times.
Yeah.
I remember
60 pesos booster packs.
I remember when I could take a jeep from
Five
our
pesos
condo
lang
in
dapat.
our condo in along Quezon Avenue, then back all the way to SM North,
Yeah.
and then back. It's
Whoa.
5 pesos also. That's really far.
Oh shit.
And then-
is this becoming some sort of like like 3-4 old people reminiscing about?
But that was just
it's just,
high school.
inflation was a
Wait,
thing.
it was
Wow,
a high school.
times?
yeah, back in my day.
Back in my
No,
day.
no, that hurts for me because fucking when Yu-Gi-Oh blew up,
Mm.
I
Oh,
found
yeah.
my old cards before, right?
Mm.
And to use as dividers, I would keep some of the not destroyed packs, and some of them had price tags of like $230.
Oh
What?
no.
Back in like 2003, what the fuck? What am I
Expensive.
buying
Knobs.
now?
Like
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
buy a land card for like 50 cents or 1 peso at that time.
Well, fucking the Japanese. Oh,
Oh.
I got tricked as a child.
I remember I went to the same SM North in Phil Bars used to sell a bunch of Magic cards as well.
Mm.
And then I went all in on
Emrakul
the
100 lang.
1 peso cards.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I might need this. Bought 1 peso card, 1 peso card. And when I went to the jeepney place,
Oh, no.
I figured out I had no money left anywhere ever, and I'm this dumb high school student
Oh, no.
with no bank, no ATM, no nothing.
So just
I walked from
Oh,
SM
God.
North to Quezon Avenue.
Good man, good man.
Because I bought cards.
Walk like a man.
Walk like a man. Shoot.
A fine
Or a
gentleman.
dumb kid that had cards
I
in
did
his
this to
pocket.
myself.
I got a few sick giant spiders though, so you know. Worth it?
Not today.
Reprints,
Yeah.
baby.
Alright.
Alright, so-
pre-release?
Pre-release.
Yeah. How's
Or,
your
I mean release.
release?
The pre-release release.
The
Just
post.
release.
It's post release. I love the whole thing was Emile was trying to like police our hype and like, wag kayo ma-hype, wag kayo ma-hype. Release lang to.
To be fair, when they announced the delay, it kind of became that.
Yeah.
Like, I only got my hype on Wednesday.
Yeah.
When I found out, dalawa yung promo. Whoa, wait a
That's
minute.
pretty dope.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well, technically, at least it's good for me since
Yeah.
like last
Yeah.
weekend I got work, so
Yeah,
Oh,
you got
yeah,
to join.
you wouldn't
Yeah,
be
'cause
able to
PGF was
join
happening
us
last
week.
if it happened last week.
But like, that sucks that delay got announced so late.
yeah, that's
Because that
All our
screwed
plans.
over a lot of
Dude,
A
plans.
lot of plans.
Oh, yeah.
most, if not everyone, from
Yeah.
the whole MTG community
Pretty
got screwed
much.
over.
Yeah.
Like, people took leaves also for that.
Yeah.
This
Diba?
boy. I mean, the Samson.
And like in the
Yeah.
comment section of WotC, there was a bunch of other dudes saying that too.
Man.
That sucks.
They
But
can't just do that like days before, right? They announced it days
like
before.
Wednesday to 3 days,
Yeah,
2
what
days
a waste.
before, and also like it didn't help how during the Ravnica Allegiance set something similar happened too, where customs
Right.
delay too, and
Right.
the kits only came out on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they had to give us like packs
Booster
from
boxes
yeah.
pack.
Because
Unseeded.
last time's pre-release were a bit special because it's
It had seeded packs
Yeah,
for
it
your
has seeded
guild.
Right.
packs from the guild you chose.
Yeah, so you'd be
On that
incentivized to
pre-release.
play the guild you
Yeah,
chose.
like for example, if you're an Izzet
Yeah.
or a Boros, so
You
the
get cards
yeah,
just
you-
for
you-
is
you-
it
you
or
get
Yeah.
a
Boros?
kit that with one pack it's all just red and white or something like that.
Yeah, dedicated to your color guild.
Yeah.
But since that was absent, we just played with raw ass booster
Yeah.
Raw
packs.
cards. That's
Seeded-
why.
seeded
That's
booster
why
packs,
when
which is-
Not seeded, but a booster box, which
Yeah.
wasn't even like shuffled together,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
decreased your chances of like big
Getting
pulls
miss,
too.
And that's what happened. Like I signed up for Rakdos, but that didn't really mean anything because
did
like
not.
it
You
won't
played
give me the
Orzo.
cards. Yeah, I played Orzo.
You're pretty much locked to whatever luck-based thing
Yeah,
you pulled, right?
that's
Hey,
what
man.
happened.
3-1 baby.
Still good,
Yeah.
3-1 baby. But yeah, I want to hear from Chad here. How's your first like pre-release
Yeah.
experience?
It's
Release, just
kind of fun. I think.
yeah.
Well, first, like I think it's that most of the players that I played with are also new on the pre-release, so we
Oh,
all
really?
have the same excitement.
Yeah, I did see a
okay.
different pool of people for the most part.
Yeah,
And then they're asking
Like
like,
there are a
other-
few familiar faces, but
Yeah.
most of them I didn't recognize.
right.
Actually, like I think there's some one kid in the second match that they played with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
And
was
then
with
like
you.
we're also new. We're kind of still not familiar with the new rules, so
Right.
we're kind of asking some questions like,
There's a lot of
is
text
this
in this
right?
new one.
Is this
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
like,
Let me check. Let me check.
I remember
Judge,
I remember
judge.
Yeah.
that kid in Chad asked me about Death Touch and how it should interact
It needs
with.
to deal damage
Yeah.
before.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because I'm not sure because
Keywords.
what the right term would be for the death touch. Is it like does it also include like the blocker or if it's like in certain
Right.
conditions?
It's the extra layer of magic that doesn't get explained immediately,
Mm-hmm.
so which adds to the complexity
All
of
the
it.
and also
fine
like the
details.
effects, like when should it trigger, like
Right,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
the
the
stack
combat pace.
and when damage occurs and all that.
Right.
So yeah, well, it's kind of fun, and also like in our second, I think on like we are on a tie, so it's like a do or die match, and then the judge said like last five
Yeah,
turns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
like
got
we're
you.
also both on 10,
Yeah, yeah.
and then people, and
Unahan
then
na
people are
lang.
watching
Yeah,
now,
people
and,
watch.
and then we decided let's put a dice there so we can know our turns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then we're
yeah.
also rushing, but we're also both unlucky with our draws because we don't get our best cards and the best
Yeah, yeah.
and the lands.
Yeah, that
Yeah, yeah.
happens.
And then I got lucky with my draw. I managed to get some good spells.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
that's
that's
good.
managed to get a win.
Nice.
Nice.
What you end up with your record?
So I technically got 1-3.
Mm.
Although
That's
there
fine.
are some
That's two
matches that I
packs.
managed to get
A round
one
in.
win for a
Mhm.
certain.
That
Ah.
adds to your points on your DCI number.
Yeah, because
Good.
like on my third match, I managed to get the first win immediately with one
Cool.
pro player, I think.
Whoa.
And then
Oh,
that's
get
big.
destroyed the next two.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I managed because my cards weren't that good on the second match.
Oh,
so
he
That
sideboarded.
happens.
no,
Did
it's
he
still-
sideboard?
Well,
No, no.
Your
Still use
draw
the
could
same.
still suck.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just it.
Yeah, I guess.
Although I think on the second match it could have win, but with the bad draws I get, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
only go get any lands.
Was that the one
available.
where you got like outreached with the life gain?
And then
Ooh.
I tried to do a gamble, like do more exile effects.
Mhm.
There's
On
a lot of
Chandra.
removal in this set.
And then he also exploited that opportunity, so I ran out of my library, so I lost.
Yeah.
Oh no, you got
Yeah.
milled. Ah, dang.
Because I forgot it's also I own a 40 card deck.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
really
Mill is
easy
a
I
to
viable
forgot
mill.
that,
strategy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's surprisingly how easy it is to like empty out your deck na talaga for
Yeah,
40.
I'm so bummed that Emile isn't here because
He
he's
has
got
a
a great
good
story
Emile
about
story.
Emile. Like the Ashiok that the planeswalker that like minus
Mills you
one
for 4.
mills you for 4, right?
Mm.
And then how did the story go?
Emile was trying to mill the guy.
The guy
right.
and he almost got it, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy summons out Jace.
Yeah.
Who
Top of deck.
shuffles your graveyard into your library?
No.
His
Is that
his default effect, because like planeswalkers have this static ability, like an enchantment, right? One of which for Jace is if you draw and your deck is empty, you win.
You win the game.
Yeah, you win the game.
Right. Yes.
That immediately fucks over
And
the mill plan.
and the funny thing is that Jace was top decked.
Yeah. He
So-
could have
so
milled
he said,
that Jace.
Sigurado ka.
No, it was all according to plan.
Yeah. Sigurado ka. Jace.
Oh my god.
And then,
Also,
in
his,
truly
his
Emile
fucking
fashion.
-8 is also the same thing,
Yeah.
but with an added drop, so you're forcing it even more.
Yeah.
It's extra dumb.
Yeah.
What did you end up like building as a deck?
I think I managed to build up a red-black deck,
Okay.
and then I used the Mass effect on.
I
Since
think
it's a new mechanic.
yeah,
on
it's a new
the game,
mechanic. I
on the
think everyone
expansion.
had like, you can't avoid not using the Amass effect.
Yeah.
A mass is great.
It's great, and
Yeah.
like everyone had to use it to some degree. Even if that wasn't the main thing of your deck, you'd still end up with some form of a
There's
Mass
value.
token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And also managed to get some spells like to instantly destroy their creatures, so
Yeah.
you open
Right.
their field,
Nice.
Yeah.
and then I managed to get some
I'd,
pumping
I'd
spells.
say in the limited environment, red
Mhm.
and black are the strongest of the colors
Hmm.
because it's so removal heavy.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang yung Obnixilis Cruelty -5,
-5.
and if it dies, exile.
Okay.
That's really
It's
strong.
not like I had any recursion in this set, but it's still fine.
right, but it gets rid of like the biggest things.
Mm.
Like nothing really goes. Very few go past 5 toughness.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
And it's great that it's an instant. So
It's
like
instant too.
in one of my like matches, I was holding on the cruelty, and I was waiting for him to like buff the amass some more until
Before a mass killer. or-
before killing it. Yeah, so he got to amass 5. So wait, respond.
pop it first.
Yeah, pop it first. What about you guys? How was your pre-releases?
Oh,
Samsung.
mine is good.
Yeah.
Like I've been getting, I got really good pulls,
Mm-hmm.
and
I'd say like we all got some good
Yeah,
pulls
Yeah.
to some
this
degree.
this set is really crazy with pulls, but it also helps that that feeling where if you open up a booster pack, you get a planeswalker.
Guaranteed.
That
yeah.
is-
That's always
That's
really
the good.
satisfying.
Yeah, that is really satisfying. So that kind of value from its booster box is really important for this set.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I pulled a few good bombs. When I tried building the deck, that's the thing that well, before I was trying to brew my deck, I already have a target on what deck I want to brew, and that is the mere Amass.
Okay.
But I didn't get that much creatures
Okay.
in my packs.
Yeah.
Like I only have like 2 good creatures
Mm.
in the whole kit, and
One of them was a spider, I think.
yeah, I get to use a spider, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
In fact.
I think the only good creature there was the troll that has an ability where creatures that you control with 4 or greater power cannot be blocked by more than 1.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
good.
That troll is a good bomb. But other than that, I got Mogwu, which is kind of useless on my end because I don't have Proliferate on my deck.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the legendary dog boy?
Yeah,
Mogwu?
the doggy, the Doge, yeah.
Buff dog.
And I don't have any of the 1-drop good stuff like
There's
the
very
Bane Hound. Yeah, there's very few.
So Chad had the Banehound.
yeah,
Didn't you have
The
one?
life
I don't-
link.
I only have
thing.
one Bane Hound and one.
Oh, yeah, I have
one
one.
black. Yeah.
I'll have one monkey that is like growth spiral whenever you.
Yeah,
it
play an
enters
extra
the
land when
battlefield,
you
yeah, play
ETBs.
Mm.
So
It's good.
what
Oh, yeah, I do like that.
What happened in my deck was that to compensate for my lack of creatures, I have a lot of amass spells,
Mm.
and of course I also had planeswalkers.
Yeah,
Right.
you had Nissa for fuck's
So
sake.
Nick
so
is so good.
so I had Nissa,
yeah.
I had Vraska,
Yeah.
and I had Liliana, and woo, at first
Baby
I
girl.
was I
Naked
kind of
dude.
doubted Liliana's power in this environment.
Right.
Yeah.
And her
Because it's
CMC
limited.
is really high.
6 CMC.
Six.
So it's really
Double
high.
black too.
Yeah, but then Miggy told me that no, just run it, man. It's
Dude,
really
run
good.
it. She comes with a chunky 6
Yeah.
loyalty, and her plus poops a dude.
And it's
That's
good.
usually a minus.
It's really
and
good.
if you have a plus, just always run
yeah.
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Because
really
very
good.
few only the
Right.
rare planeswalkers have the
Mm.
plus.
Yeah.
So yeah, during my first game, I really like run over my opponent because
Right.
of Liliana.
And Liliano also
Yeah.
happened to be your promo.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Lula-
Vraska's my promo.
Oh.
And
Liliana
Liliana's
is
just a pull. Again, like
Still, dude, that's
like
value.
shades from M19 pre-release. I also got a Liliana from that one.
Mag-black ka na
Yeah.
kasi.
Yeah, but there's one
Uh-huh.
there's one factor in my deck
What?
that I kind of really like that I get to use it is Sahili.
So Healy's great.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it kind of synergizes with Vraska
Mm.
and my whole deck. Because Vraska's ability is that when she minuses, she makes an assassin.
Yeah.
So
And when that
I have
when death touch creatures deal damage to a player or planeswalker,
it,
+1/+1.
Yeah. So I have a lot of amass spells and instants and sorceries.
Right.
So whenever I casted that, I get servo tokens from
Yeah.
Sahili.
Non-creature spells give you
And
servos.
Sahili also when Sahili minuses, he copies a token or an artifact.
And it becomes an artifact in addition to it, right?
Yeah. So I've been
Yeah.
copying assassins for one game.
Etsy auditorium with that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
But
So-
but they're robots too.
Yeah. And
So
the
that's
best
cool.
one, actually, the best thing about these uncommon planeswalkers
Mm.
is their CMC. It's not
It's hybrid
real-
mana.
It's hybrid
It's so
mana.
good.
great. It's
So
great. I love that.
Sahili is as in pasok siya dun sa
Blue.
Deco, which
Yeah.
is
Raw blue.
which is wet Golgari. Yeah. So it's just
Wet
Golgari with a
Golgari.
splash of blue.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. So I'm really proud of what I did with my deck. It worked. So
Yeah.
got 2/2. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
How about you, Migoy?
So my actual rare pulls weren't that great,
Yeah.
but my promo rare made
Yeah,
up
dude.
for it
Mm.
Yeah.
by the form of
Brag about
Nicole
it.
Bolas.
Nicole B. Nikki
Nikki
B. Nikki B,
and
baby.
then my other rare entered the God Eternal.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So my actual pulls were just like in RNA, very heavy on red.
Mm.
Next up was like black, and then green was probably the next biggest candidate. White was absolute trash on my end. I could
Yeah.
not use white.
Yeah.
White was supposed to be good.
I
didn't
wanted
get
to. I pulled the
yeah.
Johnny too. I
Oh,
wanted to, I
yeah.
wanted to proliferate.
I actually want a white.
I did not do like I didn't because deck building is probably like a scary thing for new players, and like we kind of suck at it, but in right, and especially in limited, that's a whole different thing.
Oh yeah.
Like at least in draft, you get to choose what you want, so you're deck building as you're
Yeah.
picking your
Limited
cards.
is there. Yeah.
Sealed is just like they're in front of
Yeah.
you and like
Here are
fuck.
their cards.
and you're at a time
Play with
limit
it.
of 50 minutes, and fuck, I need to also sleeve them after. I need to get my lands.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like looking at it, I had to run red no matter what, and like red was like burn,
Yeah.
removal, burn.
You have like,
I have no guys. What do I do? Like I look at the black, like oh, there's some good stuff, some like amass things, and like I have no creatures.
yeah.
And like you look at the pamphlet, 16, 17 creatures. I have nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is I think it's the limit of the set. Like
Mm.
you will amass. I think
Yeah.
that's really gonna be your key.
Like amass is there for a reason.
yeah, it
To compensate
it
for the lack of
compensates
creatures.
for the lack of creatures nga.
Okay.
And parang when I thought of that, like I look at things. Oh, I have a ton of removal. Like removal's great. This set is heavy. Obnixil is cruelty. Dalawa.
Yeah,
I got some
nice.
Jaya's burning whatever.
Yeah.
Sarkhan's crab claws. Yeah, that's
You
that's
got
great.
5 of them.
Fucking pulled 5
5 Sarkans, crab fire.
crab claws.
10.
Of death.
That's
So
10.
fucking. I was looking like, what's my win con?
Yeah.
And like
Aside from the 5.
I guess a mass is gonna be the thing. Like I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just make the zombie army guys really big and then do that. And then like I had realized some of those amass guys grant effects to zombie tokens.
Oh yeah.
Like these two cool like dogs with knives amass 2, and after the amass explanation, zombie tokens you control have trample. Like
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Yeah.
Haven't-
like,
I haven't pulled that.
that
Jesus.
3 CMC 1/1 that amasses 1. Like, what is this trash card? Zombies tokens you control have death touch. Okay.
What? Yes.
Okay.
Putting that in.
That's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't get the one that grants him flying.
Yeah.
Oh.
That
But
was,
I had everything else. I had the one that gives hexproof menace,
yeah.
death touch, trample, like flying na lang. You'd have all 5 colors of
Yeah,
Captain
yeah.
Planet.
So you basically slivered it up.
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
Right?
Ugh.
So,
It's
yun
kind
nga,
of gross. Yeah.
I was thinking Rakdos Amass because I rock Rakdos and RNA did me really. I know I ran Gruel, but like splashed black a bit,
Yeah.
and like red did most of the work last set. So
Dirty
like
Gruel, dirty
I was pretty satisfied with the removal pieces I got,
Mm-hmm.
and then parang like. There's not enough black amass to still warrant the win con I had.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I forgot I didn't open my bolas. So like,
Oh God.
why not?
Yeah.
Why
And like,
not?
enter the God Eternals, amass 4.
Goods.
I guess I'm going Grixis.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight up, nothing fancy, pure amass deck.
Nice.
But like in
Yeah.
theme with bolas too.
Did
And
you
like
get
if they have a
to-
Planeswalker, well, you can copy any of them.
Did you get to summon the
I summoned them
Nicole
twice.
Beacon? Oh,
Didn't do me
nice.
very good.
Aw.
Yeah.
Because I used them against you for a fun game. Pero actual during the thing
Mm.
when I was fighting the Sultais Avengers
yeah.
deck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Parang like
Tell us the story,
can-
by the way.
oh yeah, so one of my I got a buy for my first round, which is like hey free packs,
Right.
but like I missed out on a game. Second match, I fight this dude. First match, I bring him down to 2 real easy
Yeah.
with one guy,
Yeah.
Dreadhorde Butcher,
Yeah,
doing
Doing
all the work.
Kobe Bryant.
1/1 for 2 with haste. When it hits a player for damage, put a counter on it.
Right.
Gets up to 4 power.
Yeah.
And he had to kill him no matter what. And he knew because when
If it
Butcher
explodes.
dies, he deals damage to any target equivalent to his power.
Right.
So parang he deals like 1, he deals 2, 3, 4. Then he had to kill him. That's still another 4
That's
damage.
another 4.
But he had no way to exile him. He had to straight up kill him now. After that, fucking his board starts to go wide real fast
Uh-oh.
because it's a proliferate combo deck.
Yeah.
Also, Nissa shows up, and I'm like,
Well,
"Are you serious?"
Well, aren't you glad that you kind of play tested with me?
Yeah, but still, like when I saw her, like, oh my god, her static ability is when you tap a forest, float another
Float
forest
one.
in addition to whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So, and also her plus is untap target land.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes add 3+1/+1 counters to it. It becomes a creature with vigilance and haste.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Still
she can tap
land.
it for mana again
Yeah,
as it
yeah.
attacks.
And it doesn't
And of
go
course,
away,
she's gonna
right?
do it to a forest first,
Yeah.
which will double the value.
Right.
So parang okay, extra mana. Like hopefully he's not gonna do anything with it.
Well,
Fucking that merfolk that proliferates for 5 shows up.
what?
Kiora shows up.
Oh no.
Kiora has 7 loyalty,
Untaps it.
-1, untap target permanent. Untap land, floats 2 green again. And then fucking Jiang Yu shows up, put a counter on something else.
Oh shit.
Proliferate, and like,
Right.
he had a box of dice and had to constantly get dice.
Yeah.
And he was losing his mind, like, what do I do first with triggers? Tapos yung kaibigan niya, like, you should have done that first, because then Tuyora could have untapped, and then
misplaced.
like fuck, sayang, misplay, and like, dude, I'm still dead.
Yeah.
Then second game,
Yeah.
I literally just needed 1 burn to win. They didn't show up.
Ah, fuck.
Like Bola showed up, it was too late. The board was too wide.
Mm.
I have 3 zombies. Like granted, they were swole, which prevented him from attacking for a bit.
Mhm.
But like, dude, if he swung, I would have died earlier.
Yeah.
But he was too afraid of the whatever I had in hand, which was nothing. It was
Yeah.
lands. So
Like-
yeah, even if I copied with Bolas, like they said, I should have just drawn because Bolas' plus is draw 1 permanent. Opponent has to either sack a permanent or exile something from their hand.
Yeah.
And he didn't want any of that. But I was like, dude, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Your board
right,
is
right.
too wide for me to deal with.
Yeah.
There's 4 swamps with giant arms coming at me later.
Exactly. And these
Jeez.
fucking super friends.
Yeah. So like
Like-
after that, like straight up, he deals exactly 18 damage to me.
Oh Jesus. Ugh.
Perfect. I was at 18 life, deals 18. Like wow,
Ew.
nice clutch.
Ay, caramba.
Right. So shuffle round 2. fucking the exact same theme shows up.
Well,
Bam, 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 bam.
You guys hummed it?
Yeah.
The entire table hummed it?
The Avengers are right here.
Oh, jeez, that's good.
Exact same. The 3 Planeswalkers. And the same creature started showing up too.
right.
And then it got even bigger.
Oh, God.
Dealt like 24. And then I had worse draws pa. So
Yeah,
that was
GG.
I had Bolas in hand too, missing 1 swamp because of the 3 black required. But that was so fun. Seeing all the proliferate, it's like holy shit. Tapos parang proliferate like bigyan mo rin ako ng dice. Because at any target, right? Like you can make my zombie stronger. Just saying.
No.
Just saying. Kahit isa lang.
Man,
I feel like that's gonna be the big.
a
joke.
lot of people underestimate the proliferate in this set.
Some people
And
forget.
didn't even brought dice.
Oh yeah,
So
dude.
there are people who actually rip up mountains to use as counters.
extra mountains as
Like
counters.
in
What
my
the
first
fuck?
game, I was going to sit on the table with my parents.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we saw some bits and pieces of mountains. So I go, nangyari dito? So pa in-explain sa amin dun sa
Counters.
kabila. Ay, counter din. Oh,
Wala
walang
akong
nagdala
dice.
ng dice eh.
So people really show up not doing their homework now. They
Yeah,
really just
yeah,
go in
yeah.
for the
Like,
pre-release.
even
That
people
was me a little bit.
like bought actual new dice sets.
Buti meron.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
NG.
Like yeah, and that
NG
particular
provides.
NG is
yeah,
really good.
yeah.
But still, right? Like Emile straight up forgot, and he has a ton of dice
Yeah.
Right.
because he didn't bring the 1 deck box that had the
Oh
dice.
yeah,
Yeah,
his ultimate guard.
Yeah, his flipping tray.
So Raffy, what
yeah.
about your deck?
Oh yeah, mine one was. Oh man, I did exactly what you described. A Demir
A
mass,
mass, yeah.
which worked out great. But
Hot shit.
but for the life of me, I wasn't in the zone during the deck building. Like I was floating around somewhere. Like I couldn't
It was
get.
tough, dude.
It was tough, like-
building for the set is pretty
Maybe
tough.
And
it's
I
because
ended
you
up,
have a
like-
small table.
No,
No?
I
No,
feel
like
like it
the
was
set
more
is
of
weird.
there's so much
Oh.
to consider.
Yeah.
Like a lot of cards did a lot of different things, and it sucks that and like it didn't help that I pulled a ton of planeswalkers. I got like Ashiok, Vraska's in there somewhere,
Oh man,
like
all of the good
Angrath,
stuff.
Right.
Narset,
Right,
Tuteos.
I
And like, what do I do?
I think what made it like what
Opa.
made us waste our time was we were so excited opening packs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And we
that's
were
the thing,
thinking, oh
too.
my god, you got that, you got that, and like
Right,
we're all
right,
looking
right,
at each
right.
other's stuff in like 20 minutes. I was like, fuck,
Ah,
I need
fuck.
to-
Yeah.
like
And
we have to
then-
read all the cards too, and like
Yeah.
holy shit.
But then, so I ended up building the Demir thing. But I also looked at my red white, and it looks promising. Feathers in there. Oh,
Yeah.
a whole is it tank? I'd love to play with that. And then single combat is there, so like, making me think. So I create a separate like
Oh, side
deck.
again.
apart from my
Main deck.
Demir deck. So I started with the Demir deck, the Amass one. For the life of me, also in my first game, I was like so out of it. Like I kept messing up triggers, like forgetting stuff.
Whoa.
So like I didn't know, I couldn't even read my opponent, like what he was gonna do. Like I for some reason, I just
Who is
couldn't
this?
think straight.
Who is this Raffy?
No,
You forgot Angrath Grant's Menace too,
yeah, this
and like
that-
that's why I really wanted
I
him.
was so
Oh,
dumb. And then from my bad beat on my first game, I switched to the Boros deck and tried it, right? So the big thing was I was gonna make all the walls, son. And then,
With Teo.
and I had that
Teo.
and I had that one drop that you pay 1 mana, tap that one drop, it taps a creature from on the other end.
Yeah.
So that's
you
my whole
misread
plan.
too.
Just delay.
Yeah.
And then after my second game, it was clear that was a huge mistake. Like I misread a ton of these cards. Single combat is trash, to be honest.
It's pretty trash.
Yeah, and all that stuff. Switch back to the Demir, and that's where I get my 2 wins from my Demir deck. Just believing in what I picked first. I should've
Like
just
that
done
particular white card that you mentioned that taps,
Yeah.
you straight up super misread it because
Yeah.
you read it
I
as
thought
2
power.
power.
Yeah.
No.
Taps a creature of 2 power, but no, it's
No,
2
2 power
CMC
greater.
2
above.
Yeah.
2
Which
CMC.
is
It's
a good
insane.
disabler for
It's
bombs.
anything.
Yeah.
Except
it's
1/1s.
anything except 1/1s and the amass tokens.
Yeah.
Right.
See, there's that set
it's a
synergy
good
thing,
bomb
right?
disabler.
That makes it.
Actually.
But it pretty much cripples everything else,
Yeah.
especially in constructed. I can
it's
imagine.
good. It's a good card.
I remember this one. My last game. I think I told you the story earlier, but just for the podcast, I want to tell the story of this one, my last game, and how I finished it off by mobilizing district. Like the lands that became like people, like citizen creatures.
Yeah.
And
Becomes
then
a 3/3.
and Angrath was out, so like
They had
they all
menace.
had menace, and I imagine just this crowd of people. Enough bowlers!
They're all picking
we
at
will
his
no
feet.
longer stand for this.
And then they're untouchable because of menace.
Exactly.
It's like
And-
a very
oh,
successful.
They're really
rally.
scary.
What was great was he had a Kefnet out. No, he had a Ronas out.
Oh,
And that was
Fucking-
it
His
was just
only
one. He
blocker.
couldn't block with it.
God, Ronus, the god of swollen
Yeah.
beef, cannot
Yeah.
block these
These
citizens.
tiny people.
The people were too strong.
All right. Shout outs to Jello in chat.
Heyo.
He mentioned bread,
Oh,
which is bombs removal. What are the
Jello.
rest?
bombs removal, evasion, a blurp blurp, and derbladu.
Dirt is the last one.
Dirt. Okay. What was A, Jello?
That's the
Ability.
Some.
Is it ability? No,
Ability.
evasion, right?
No, evasion is different. Evasion is different.
Right, but that's an ability too. Flying, mainly flying.
What would you think the A would be?
Avenge.
Avengers.
Ability maybe, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
ability.
know
E is
D
evasion.
dirt.
A is anything?
Is it anything?
Wait,
And
A is
D-
anything. Then D is duds.
Duds.
Okay.
Oh, so that's how you separate your pre-release and into deck constructing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like you take your finisher first, right? Your
Mhm.
bombs, then you go for your removal because removal is very key in
Mhm.
such a small limited pool.
Mhm.
And then you take into consideration everything else. Then
Mhm.
cards that are trash are just trash.
Mhm.
You put them away. Single combat goes in that category.
God, I believed in single combat so
No,
much.
but I'd say bread is a little difficult here because
Yeah, I don't think
this
bread
set is kind of
applicable.
insane.
Yeah, A is ability.
No, bread is fine, but
Okay.
like considering what our bombs, because like
Yeah.
looking at our creature pool palang is like there was barely any. Most of them are a mass.
What would
Yeah.
be a bomb? Like the gods would be a bomb.
Oh yeah,
the
but then
gods are,
those are mythics, right?
automatic
Right,
bombs.
right.
I had to fight fucking two.
God.
Yeah.
First, my second loss was because it was a similar amass deck, right? Just like war, we're the bad guys fighting each other.
Mhm.
So like I got Bolas, your boss. Then who's he got? Oh, he's got chief executive Bontu and floor manager Kefnet. Well, shit.
Floor manager Kefnet.
Dude, I got swamped by those two.
God.
Bontu has menace. Then Kefnet straight up flying. I can't block you. I had
Kefnet
two
is
flyers and they didn't show up.
Ronas is what a
The
old
Ronas with
man.
giant arms.
There was this
Slow,
one time.
man.
There was this one time a guy was like he had like creatures, but he couldn't get through my Death Touch boys, right?
Mm.
And just the damage wasn't enough. Whatever. He top decks Aronas. Like he draws 6 cards. And it's like, huh? He gets surprised by it, puts it down, and swings everything. And it's
Oh,
like,
jeez.
oh, that's it, huh?
Yeah, they get pumped for
I
Ronas.
had 9 life,
Oh,
and
jeez.
just this 4/4 flyer, like it just destroyed me. I had 8 left. but-
It's
yeah.
really interesting though, like this particular setting, because, like, given the theme that it's you're being overwhelmed by all these strong zombie, like soldiers, and like everyone ran nobody did not run a form of a mass, because even counter spells had a mass.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
So
I mean,
like draw spells had a mass.
I
Some
mean,
of them
right,
did.
that one bounce spell has some. That one bounce spell, but bounce spell
Bounce,
has a
there's
mass.
a bounce.
or you return to top deck because
Right.
amass 1.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
would
Strong.
there would be a card that makes you a zombie token somehow, right? And like if you're going quote unquote tribal, yung straight up Grixis zombies did me
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
Mm.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's super
mine.
basic, but like it's on theme, and it got me some
Yeah.
some wins.
Yeah.
All I needed was the zombie tokens have flying one, and that
Yeah, that
almost
one did you a
always
lot.
won. Yeah.
That did you so much work.
And Angrath,
Yeah, menace.
because his
Menace
minus is
and flying.
a mass.
Yeah, amass 2.
Yeah.
A mass too.
He
Redonkulous.
does it twice.
Yeah. Oh, Jella says bombs don't need to be rares or mythics. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
yeah.
They just need to
As
be
long
something
as
that immediately,
They'll swing your game.
Yeah.
like a big dude or something with
And-
immediate value.
Mm-mm.
And
Yeah,
the character is
Chain
A's
Link
ability.
Cyclops can be a bomb.
I think Chain with Cyclops is for 3 and red
Okay.
makes one creature unable to block. So usually make their biggest threat not be able to block and swing with everything else.
Yeah.
And usually try to get away with it. And like some people are scared to play spells because they keep expecting, oh, my black siya on top, may removal yan. Like you got land in hand.
I know.
So you hear them draw and
So
like,
you do the meme. Like,
no, yeah, like I'm playing with a straight
Island.
face because even if I'm getting bad beats, it's fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just playing, and then the guy's like, shit, and like, ooh, I like those words.
Yeah.
I like
That's
them
what I
sounds
want to
I'm
do.
hearing.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
keep-
yeah.
keep
There are
saying
some
them.
there are some players there who are really showing their tails.
No,
during
but
the
it's also
PR.
limited, so like
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
That's why
for
it's
us. But
kind
if
of amusing to actually
It's actually
catch
amusing.
them. Oh, okay, I know what's this gonna do.
Then you
So-
get
so
the
like
players
that.
who are silent and like, what is this threatening aura?
Yeah.
Well, one big one was that I remember right now is I amassed to an 8-8, like an 8 army. And the
Jeez.
guy who was stone faced the whole time just goes, "Don't look niya na."
Actually, yeah, there was that other thing where a mass might not be everyone's game plan,
Yeah.
but sometimes you just can't let that get away
Yeah.
too often because suddenly like, oh, mass 1, that's not the next. A mass 4, like what?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
What's an amass for?
Enter the God Pharaohs.
Oh,
Enter the God
right.
Eternals.
Yeah.
It shoots something for 4. You heal 4. Somebody
mass
mills 4.
Right.
A mass 4.
Gain 4 pa ba? No
For
pa ba?
5
Yeah,
mana.
all the 4s.
You'd expect
Yeah.
that to be like 6 usually.
No, it's 6.
Is it 6?
Is it not 6? I thought,
Uh,
no, you're right. 2 colorless, 2 blue,
2 blue, black.
1 black. Yeah.
Diba? Like the color fixing is a thing, but like you got stuff like Mana Geode in the
Yeah,
set, which is Manolith with Scry,
Yeah.
strictly better Manolith. Or like yung Guild Globe, tap 2 of anything, then you float 2 of whatever you want, fix your mana.
Yeah.
And I didn't pull any, but Gateway Plaza was also in this set, so there's mana fixing, and I think it incentivizes like, because usually limited like forces you to go 2 with splash of 1 of something else. But this one, ang dami nag 3 colors eh.
Yeah.
Like my 3 colors surprisingly worked for the most part, and that's usually my weakness. pag tricolor, like I'm missing 1 of something, I'm screwed.
Jill says, let's talk about the bigger problem with pre-release. It's always late.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
It's
super
been
late.
late. Yeah, we talked about this
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
That
And
mega
last week
late.
we've
it
talked about
bombed
this
a lot
last
of
week.
plans. Yeah, because it really hit us. Like, it really killed like a lot of plans. Like, even our mood was like,
I think
"Ah,
even the
dang
buzz
it."
of the players, because may buy tayo eh, so may kulang.
Oh yeah.
Right.
right? And usually, like, granted, it was still packed, and people came late, but like, at least most of the regulars that we normally see
Yeah.
were
They're the
not
ones who
present
were
there.
there.
So I think the schedule shift really
Yeah.
hurt the thing. Hopefully,
Yeah, hopefully.
come M20,
Oh,
we at least
I
get
know.
it on time
Yeah.
with no issues, please.
Hopefully.
Jesus.
Are you
Does
excited?
that-
Are
yeah?
you excited for M20?
Oh, hell yeah.
Being a Corsair.
Like, I was so happy
Oh, dude, of
looking
course it's gonna be fun.
looking at my dice like last night or this morning. I was looking at our dice that we got free from the packs from pre-release,
Right.
right? So I've got like 3 dice now. Like,
Okay.
is
From
that-
the
that right?
entire Ravnica.
Is this
Yeah,
our
yeah, from-
progress
It's like
from our journey?
It's like my badges.
Yeah. Like for me, what I did was not the dice, but the promos. So what I'm doing is I'm actually looking for non-promos of the promos I got.
Oh, you want to keep them
And I
prime?
keep
Yeah,
the
yeah.
promos as trophies.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I
That
put
makes
it
sense.
in
The date stamp
what's
is
that?
cool.
I put it in an Ultra Pro. What's that?
Top loader,
Yeah, top loader
nice.
to kind of display it.
Some of those go for money.
What a geeky way to celebrate Magic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun. It's a
But
really
still.
fun format. Like I was
Yeah.
trying to sell to Chad because
Mm.
he was messaging like me and Emile and
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people na. Because like going to something then having to build the deck sounds really daunting.
Mm.
But playing limited in particular
Ah.
is. We're all on even playing field. Everyone kind of sucks at it. Don't
Yeah,
worry
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You need lands, the shop has lands.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's fun.
You
It's,
need
it's,
sleeves, the shop has sleeves.
Yeah, yeah.
it's an overall fun way to actually
Right.
like meet people, like share your
Yeah.
interest in the game.
The crowd now is a lot nicer. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
Plus
There's
that-
no red shirt
no
guy
red shirt guy.
delaying all
Oh,
the
God.
shit.
Late
I was gonna
game.
be the red shirt guy with that fucking wall deck and tapping shenanigans.
And then I was flicking like a moaf, but I didn't take too long on my turns.
Yeah.
Just swung with the big zombie token.
Yeah. Yes, it is pre-post release. Yes. Or
Right.
just regular release.
And
Magic's fun, yeah.
Jello mentioned MTGA is a godsend because
Yes.
you can draft even if you don't actually go to the thing.
Oh yeah.
You can experience
And
the new. That came out on time too. Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Emile actually did draft and pre-release via MTGA.
Yeah, and it
So,
sucks for
that was
us
good.
because we're supposed to get a code in the pre-release packs.
Yeah.
It's a token on one side, which is useful by itself,
Mm-hmm.
but on the back side is a code that lets you in one draft event for Arena for the new set.
Yeah, it doesn't happen for us.
It doesn't happen for us because Tencent removes the codes, which sucks.
Boo.
Boo! But that's something out of our control.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like limited. I like pre-release. Like it's super fun to do.
Yeah, me too. I want to keep doing pre-release, even if it gets to a point where I'm not chasing standard anymore.
Yeah,
I still want to
understand the
do
appeal.
pre-release.
I understand the appeal of people who only do pre-release.
Right.
And we've seen time and time again, people really leave their cards on the table.
Yeah,
Oh,
draft
yeah.
shaft, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super. Like
There's this one thing I noticed that is there like tipping the dealer culture in MTGA?
What do you mean?
Because I've
Arena?
seen no in you know how in like poker and like casino games and junk like that, like you tip a little bit if you win like a big thing, you tip like the dealer, yeah. So you give like a small portion of your winnings to the dealer, right?
okay.
Oh, people splitting packs, you mean?
that what
No,
you're
in
saying
so
about?
for example, in regular gambling, that's what happens, right? You give a portion of your chips to the dealer when you
Right.
win a big thing. You do
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
and you do that.
Yeah.
Like, is there like that in Magic? Because I saw last night that a person goes to an official like, thanks Judge, bigyan siya ng lands na unhinged, or like unstable textless lands.
No, like I think most of them are friends. That they all
Okay.
know each other.
Oh,
And like
okay.
even the judge who was playing along with us too, I heard him like agree to split packs
Mhm.
because they usually play up until like nabawi ko na yung booster box that I bought last night.
Mhm.
So like I pulled some good rares. It was fun. I had enough wins. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like I heard them split packs, and like that's their decision.
I
and
see.
it's pre-release is a legit fun format that is not super competitive.
I see.
And like the last guy I fought, he was ready to go home because his friend is about to leave.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was parang like I was his next match, and like gusto mo na split tayo ng packs o laban. And like I want to play, so I played.
Yeah, I see this. I
And,
saw
like-
this interaction. Yeah.
Yeah, but like he didn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Just
sure
play.
I beat him and he had bad draws, pero parang okay lang sa kanya, wala siya pakialam.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
and then his friend pulled a $40 Ugin foil right beside him too.
Ugh,
Yeah,
gross.
and then what
Oh,
was the
jeez.
rare?
Fucking
Yeah,
Gideon, Black
Gideon, what the
Black
fuck?
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
What a
Uh,
lucky man.
money cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, nah, dude. Okay, so that was just probably my imagination, or like.
It could be, but
or
I mean,
maybe
there's probably
he
a
owed the
history.
guy, like-
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
be.
whatever,
It could be
yeah,
for
yeah.
something else.
Could be
Yeah,
something
could be
else.
for
Yeah,
something,
that
right?
makes sense. Yeah. So does that wrap up our pre-release, boys?
Yeah, pretty much. I
Release.
mean,
Yeah.
Emile's not here yet.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he-
So we'll hear his story.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
probably
hear his
dip into
story.
it next week. Yeah.
Or next week. Since
Next week.
we might not
And
have an
hopefully-
episode next week.
Yeah, not next week, but the episode after this.
The next episode.
Hopefully, he also does his near homework.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you can
Oh,
start, we
this
can
guy's-
start on
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Do we want to do a quick fire? I'm gonna wreck it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna work it.
Okay,
let's
so
run this through the new
Alright.
people.
all right, I'm gonna wreck it is our new weekly recommending segment of the program where we rec something. We recommend a movie, a podcast, or a way of life as what
Anything.
we cleared.
Food,
Shoehorns.
Yeah.
soaps,
Okay.
shampoo.
So elevator's falling. We're falling to the ground floor. What do you rec?
Oh jeez,
Mig
is this
7?
pressure?
Yeah, yeah.
jeez,
Oh my
alright.
god, we're falling right now. Do it. Quick,
I'm dead.
quick.
Why does it have to be this?
Wreck something.
Yeah, this is different, Raffy. What
I
the
gotta
hell?
edit this episode. It's like 2 hours long.
Oh, all right. So
It's on one
I'm-
track.
I know.
yeah, dude, this is easy. Anyway, I'm gonna endorse or recommend
Yeah.
a podcast show
Yeah.
called Limited Resources.
Oh.
So this show is all about limited magic, sealed draft, and it's hosted by some of the good draft players in Magic. Most knowingly Luis Scott Vargas. So he's
yeah.
the guy who writes for Channel Fireball
Right.
with all of the top picks for draft or good picks for limited or sealed or something like that. So it's a really informative show. So it kind of teaches you what they think about this set, or what you think about if bread is still viable, or what are the known basics when it comes to drafting or
Is that really a
pre-release?
topic? If bread is still
Yeah.
viable? Okay, interesting.
So,
So it really is dependent on the set, I guess.
yeah, especially in this set, because
The set is
it's
weird.
really wild. It's really
Planeswalkers galore.
swingy set. Yeah. So yeah, since we are still falling in the elevator.
Oh my god.
So
This is a really long elevator.
so yeah, I'm gonna limited resource. Check it out on Spotify. Gonna wreck it.
All right. What about you, Migoy?
Oh no! Yo, I really think people should give. I'm gonna wreck it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna wreck it.
Oh,
This is, John C. Riley.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You're
recommend.
wrecking John C. Riley.
People should get started on the new She-Ra Princesses of Power cartoon.
Nice.
It's a fun, like, short romp. It's cute. You know, it's whimsical with its art style. I think people bag on it because of the art style.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
I
doing
don't
the
know,
Steven
it's-
Universe cutesy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Okay.
fine. Like, it's kind of adorable in some aspects.
It's subjective. naman.
Right. And, like, you know, it's supposed to be all dark because war.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're children. So, you know, the childlike innocence happens. And it's kind of amusing to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, a story is developing.
Mm.
Like, it's a bit too childlike pa rin, but it's also a cartoon of powers.
That's true.
Literally princesses with powers.
Mm.
So there's that. So, and I don't know, Lady Scorpion Zarya is the best.
Okay.
It's super cute. She's the
Yeah.
amazing character. And that's me. She-Ra. Princesses of Power. I'm gonna wreck it.
Oh, I'm next, guys. Just kind of press the stop button.
Ang daya, ba't may stop button? What the hell, dude?
All right, gear up for another 3 hours. No, just kidding. Actually, let's just do. What was it? Oh,
1 minute,
shit,
1 minute,
We're
Raffy.
falling. Oh, I can't think. The elevator's so fast.
many cards
you
am I flicking?
guys.
Wanna have Chad first?
Yeah, Chad, could you please save me?
As you mash
Could you
on the
please
stop
save me?
button.
Yeah.
No.
What do you
we're
wreck,
dead.
Chad?
We're doomed.
We're doomed.
We're doomed. Anything,
Oh, I
Chad,
think,
anything. Way of
well,
life.
if it's anything,
Life hacks.
maybe I could
Life
wreck
hacks.
life hacks.
Shoehorns.
Don't knock on the door. Just
Oh.
open it.
Wait, what?
Okay.
So just no knock. No, nothing.
Okay.
Don't knock on the door, just open.
But anyway, I think there's one.
Yeah.
Well, we could say like Japanese restaurant in
Ooh.
my place.
Here we go.
Nice,
Here we
nice.
And it's weird because it's kind of a Japanese restaurant and ramen place and also a vegetarian place.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
So technically, it's called Wabi Sabi,
Okay.
and you can find it right across Il Terrazzo in Tomas Morato area.
Mm.
Nice.
And there you could order like a shoyo ramen, like for 180 pesos.
Interesting.
Well, that sounds
Yeah, it's pretty.
Dec-
It's a decent one.
like ramen kuroda price.
Yeah,
Is-
and
is
the
that-
broth is kind of light.
Mm.
And then
What do you recommend?
I
on
could
that
recommend
ramen?
that and a banh mi, half slice of
May
a
banh mi sila.
Mm,
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like more of fusion with Asian.
Okay, yeah, right.
Interesting.
Just like the
And-
Korean Japanese restaurant we ate at a while ago.
Yeah,
Oh.
Fusion restaurants.
and yeah,
Okay.
their meat,
Asia.
their meat are
Asia.
fake meats, so
Oh,
Interesting.
cool.
vegetarian. And also you have the option to get an egg if you want to break, being vegan,
Mm. Yeah.
or you can
So
just
no,
skip it.
you said earlier vegetarian, which is fine.
Yeah.
Egg is fine for vegetarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think vegetarians can skip on the
Right.
egg.
Just no vegan powers.
Mhm.
Yeah, they'll lose
it-
their vegan
No,
powers.
no
or,
vegan diet.
Or the vegan police will just drop.
Yeah.
You don't want Thomas Jane in your house knocking on your door.
Just
He
open
just-
it,
he just
Thomas
goes
Jane.
in.
Yeah.
Just
vegan,
open
please.
it, Thomas Jane.
So yeah, technically it's like if you order like 80 pesos of a half order of a banh mi and then
Mm-hmm.
180 pesos of a shoyu ramen. It's
Nice.
a complete meal.
That sounds nice and
Wow,
hearty.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
What's the name
All
again?
right.
Now it's wabi sabi.
Wabi sabi.
And
Yeah.
then
Cool.
are you gonna wreck it?
Raffy,
Say
You have to say it.
You have to say it. You
I'm
have to
gonna
say it.
wreck it.
I'm gonna wreck it.
All right.
All right.
We're following
Okay,
the
wait.
elevator.
I know what it is. Okay, I use this resource, a site called Unseen64. Do you know what this
Holy
is?
shit!
Yes.
What is that?
Yes, it's a site that catalogs all the awesome canceled games over the years. So like things that fell through the roof that never really saw the light of day.
Yep.
Like
I think
there's
it was,
this,
it was featured I think in Did You Know Gaming?
yeah, there's a bunch of that.
Yeah.
There's a channel who dedicates his content to reading out stuff from that and then doing
Really?
research past it.
Yeah. So if you want to check out all the games that, all the really cool games, like there was supposed to be a volleyball Mario, a Mario volleyball, but then like
That sounds right.
the people the people who were making it wanted to spice it up by adding like pro wrestling moves.
How?
So I don't know, but there's
What the
video
hell?
of gameplay like Waluigi suplexing someone and doing a stomp on their like
Okay.
body.
That's
Like,
not
wait.
volleyball.
Yeah.
Would the title be called Mario Spikers?
Yes.
Yeah.
You nailed it. What the?
Yeah.
Now
Did
it
you
becomes a
just think of
football
that?
game.
Because like the
You nailed
soccer
it.
one is called Mario Strikers.
Yeah.
Right?
It is
So-
spikers.
So like
Um,
having a volleyball game with all the other sports they made, this
Yeah.
sounds perfect.
Yeah.
So diffused like volleyball,
But with fighting though, that's a bit weird.
volleyball, wrestling, and game show. Because like
What?
some of the stages were like
Okay.
there's a wheel of fortune wheel at the back, and then whenever
Is it like a stage hazard?
yeah, and if it
Ah.
clicks on something, the stage like spouts fire or jump like that. Like
Cool.
so yeah,
Fun.
it's made by the same guys who made Strikers. And they were like, yo, you need to, like, Nintendo was like, yo, you need to make a volleyball game now. Oh, we know what that is.
It's wrestling
We
and
got you,
game
fam.
shows.
But yeah,
Yeah, like,
that's just some of the
To
stuff.
be fair, Strikers was like insanely complex.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were like fight mechanics you could do to like
Mm.
disable someone from getting the ball. Like
Yeah.
no one really plays it that way, but it's all there.
Mhm,
Even like the baseball game, you can like wall run in the baseball game
Mm.
just to catch a high ball, and it was absurdly difficult.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah, but like it's too much.
Yeah.
And then the basketball one was made by the Final Fantasy developers.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's why there's a bunch of Final Fantasy characters
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah, so go check out Unseen 64. Unseen 64.
Did
The
you ever
website-
catch
is it
That's
their
their,
YouTube?
Yeah.
Did you ever
Is it
catch
a
It's
their,
a website.
Oh, sorry.
their,
There's also
um,
YouTube, I think.
There was a wrestling game that showed up, WWE.
Yes.
The one that plays like Power Stone.
Yes,
Yeah, it
WWE
showed up
Brawl.
there. It
Oh
looks
my
so
God.
cool.
Yeah, it looks so
Yeah,
cool.
I
Like,
remember
There's this one video. It's like it's in Spanish,
really?
but it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks better than like All Star.
And the character designs are so ratcheted up. Like
Yeah.
John Cena is this. He has a skin that he's a giant mechanic with a giant wrench. And there's another Cena skin where he's a SWAT officer. Like,
Alright.
but instead of SWAT on his vest, it says like Cena. It's great. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Unseen 64. I'm gonna wreck it.
Oh,
Alright.
elevator.
That is a good trade.
Oh, did we make it? No, we still crashed. I didn't know why.
Gotta get
I don't
up,
know why we
gotta
tried to get
get
that
up
out
in
in
the
the morning. All right. So for more episodes of Good Shades, you can find us on iTunes.
Podbean.
Kaza.
Where can we find us, Chad?
LimeWire.
Zoom.
Spotify.
The new
Radio.
Sonic trailer. We're in there. You know.
Anchor.
Yeah,
Yes, all that good stuff. iTunes, Spotify, Zoom, all your podcatchers. We also have a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/goodtradesbrigade. Yes.
Yes.
And
There's
then
also Twitter.
Twitter.
Twitter?
GT Brigade.
Yes.
At GT Brigade.
Yes.
And we also have a YouTube channel.
Ooh.
YouTube.com/
Yeah,
yeah, or Good Trades Brigade.
Just look up Good Trades
Yeah,
Brigade.
look
and
up
you'll
Good Trades
probably
Brigade.
find
Look up
us.
Emile.
Also, before that plug, before we end up our plugs, we got a few. I'm gonna wreck it from Jello. I
Yeah.
recommend Hello from the Magic Tavern podcast, a podcast about a guy who gets transported to a magical dimension outside of a Burger King in Chicago.
Whoa, what?
Okay.
Okay.
Luckily, he had this podcasting equipment with him. Yo, cool. Is it in? Does he do the podcast in universe? That's
I
dope.
guess so.
Where does he get the batteries?
Yeah. He's joined by his two co-hosts, Shunt and
What?
Shunt. Shunt the
The shapeshifter and.
Shunt the shapeshifter and Isidore the wizard.
All right, this looks interesting.
Yo. I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah,
Thanks,
go check this
Jello.
out.
All right. I assume you're going to wreck it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Where were we in the plugs? Yes. To support all the cool stuff that we do and help us upgrade our tech and make episodes and stuff like that. We also have a Patreon.
Yep.
Do we not? Good Trades Brigade.
Yeah, same thing.
Patreon.com/goodtradesbrigade.
Yes. That's it. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Good Trades Brigade. Thank you, Chado, for joining us. Do you have
welcome.
anything to plug?
Yeah.
Well, you can visit our website at reimarufiles.com.
Nice.
And on our Facebook for all our daily memes at Reimaru Files.
Spicy.
Yes.
And some, magical things happening on Instagram as well.
Magical.
Magical.
Ooh.
Just
Healing.
like
Also
this
be-
pack.
We'll also be uploading
And this
our episodes
commander.
for RF Talk, and we'll be talking about some of our, 6 games that
Nice.
define our taste.
Nice.
Of our
Nice,
writers.
nice.
Cool.
I hope there's Bastion there and
And
Transistor.
Magic the Gathering.
Di mo alam Bastion?
Yeah. Nakabang-taste na dyan.
Wala kang taste, pare.
All right, in jokes, in
Alright.
jokes.
Keep it going.
Keep it
Keep
going,
it
guys.
going.
Take it.
Babu.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was
San.
good.
Yeah.
Gotta get
Thanks,
up,
chat.
gotta get
Thanks,
in.
Joe.
Good morning.
Unbox.
Good. Tara, laro tayo, tangina.
Unbox.
Gunbox ba kayo?
Let me save this first.
Are we still rolling?
The stream is still going.
Oh,
Jello, salomon.
grind it.
Thanks for coming, chat,
Here we go.
Jello.
Because. Wow, so that's how that looks, huh? Yep. Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire.
Elish Norn. Elish Norn. Squeak squeakin', squeak squeakin'. That's how Johnny talks to his like cat people. Meow meow, meow meow.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about fucking Gideon.
Gideon Kronk.
Gideon Crump. Diba, para kay Emile na.
I think I'm the only one that chat can hear right now.
Wait.
He's got a point.
Want to sit in the real.
I downloaded Terrace Cassie, but
Knights of Terrascasi?
yeah,
It's already 1:45.
yep.
Diretso commander na.
I might.
PR muna. I'll stop this and then. Bye, stream.